Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Today, we are going to be doing a lot of grinding, technically all this weekend. It is a Vault event and it will be for the entirety of this weekend. This is something that occurs about every month in Gems of War approximately, where for an entire weekend, for 3 days, from the Friday until Monday reset, we basically have a higher chance of finding gnomes as well as finding vault keys from those gnomes. Most common locations to try to grind them out are Arena, PvP, Challenges, and Explore, though overall, generally going to Explore is your best overall bet for it. And yeah, we're going to be in Explore doing a bunch of grinding, and this is the best time to ever try getting a hero class done or leveled up, because you'll get a lot of loot while doing so, since Explore is also a pretty good location to level up your hero classes. So that's pretty much the game plan. We're going to get Sunspear to level 100 this weekend, going to get Warden to level 100 this weekend, and well, another hero class will poke a little bit of EXP towards. Probably War Priest, still not 100% sure, but yeah, probably getting War Priest, the other one, at least to level 40, and probably going a little bit further than there if we still have time. The goal is also, of course, to try to get as many Vault keys as we can. Currently, I am hoarding them. We started with 29, I got one off stream, so hopefully we'll get about a dozen or so. But yeah, so far we're at 1 this weekend, as far as our Vault key count. It was obviously done off stream. One thing that we got pretty lucky with today is I got a task to kill 150 red troops. So we end up getting 100 gems from that, which is 80 more than normal. And obviously, we don't need to go out of our way at all in order to do that. Also, why is my green screen being weird? I don't know why, but that fixes it. It like auto readjusts the thing. So there we go. But that fixes the green screen immediately. But yeah, we get 80 more gems off of that than we normally would. Unfortunately, all the other loot looks pretty horrible. But oh well. You can still find gnomes during those too, so yeah. Surprised we don't have a pet active though. I guess no one in my guild is really doing PvP or arena. Anyways, I'm doing Explore in Pride Lands right now just because it's my lowest arcane. And we're going from there. Also, hello Haley, hello Frag Hunter, hello Messin, hello Churros, hello everyone who said hello before. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that yet on stream, did I? Hello Drock, hello Humberto, hello, let's see, did I miss anyone else? Hello X2X, or however you say that. But yeah, sorry for the delay. I did have some people here that were fixing the AC. Not sure exactly what was wrong with it, but yeah, they ended up coming over and just doing some maintenance on it. So that's fixed again. Main reason I wanted to get that done is just because it is still the summertime, and my computer is extremely bad when it ends up getting overheated, that is for sure. This laptop, it does not like heat. As we learned from like 2 years ago, 3 years ago when we tried streaming. Actually, I think it was 2 years ago when it was like really, really bad. Would get like over 100 in my room and the thing would overheat within like hours or less. Nothing good off of that. Gosh, a double miner. That is not what we want to see. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Vladimir. Hello, Matt. Hello, Chris Border. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Yep, happy Friday. Finally Friday. Time to get our grind on this weekend. Lots and 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 lots of grinding. That is for sure. Hello, Steve. Welcome. Also, at first Vault key, we'll hand out a code. And by first, I technically mean second, since we actually already got one. But, or you know, we got one prior to the stream. But yeah, at the first Vault key during the stream, we'll hand out the code. Hello, Carlo. Welcome. I hope you guys have been getting lucky at it so far. I haven't been grinding too long yet, and we've gotten one Vault key. So hopefully we'll get lucky. Yeah, there's a lot of hero classes you need to level along the way. Most of them are pretty useless, however you do eventually need them for kingdom upgrades. And we are starting to get to that point where we are needing them for kingdom upgrades. The closer they get to like 15, 16, 17 plus stars, the higher you really need to get the mastery on them. And all the way, if we ever reach 20 stars, does require a level 100 hero class. I believe 18 requires, if I'm not mistaken, 18 requires 70, 19 requires 80, and 20 requires 100, or something. Soon is getting an event that's bringing it 2 higher stars than it is right now. And given how high it already is, that means Darkstone, I believe, will be going to 17 stars, I believe it is. Yes, 17 stars. It's currently at 15. So yeah, 17 stars. Wow. That is really high. Almost reaching our first ever 4 times for the tribute thingies. Yeah, that is absurdly high. But yeah, it reaches 17 stars, I believe, in 2 weeks from now, if I'm not mistaken. So it does require having two level 20 pets from the kingdom, which means it'll be the first time ever where a level 2,500 faction is required in order to get the kingdom upgrade. Because the only way to have a second pet, unless you bought up the ninja cat to be mythic, the only way to have a second level 20 pet from the kingdom is to have All-Seeing Eye completed to 2,500 in order to get the iPod pet all the way max. Because they made a change a couple weeks ago to make it so faction pets do count towards kingdom upgrades. So theoretically, if a kingdom needs a second level 20 and it's the faction pet, that means the kingdom indirectly requires you to have 2,500 renown in the kingdom's faction, even though it doesn't specifically say so. And there are going to be quite a few kingdoms that are going to be like that, because very few kingdoms have 2 pets that are not faction pets. There are just normal drops that are always available. Very few kingdoms have that. Hello, JZG! Welcome! Hello, Elite Gaming, if I didn't already say it earlier. Hello, Clarence. Hello, Mr. Grimps. Is there a for sure choice for Home Kingdom? White Helm. White Helm has best glory, and the glory is best tribute. And because it's pure glory, it's the best kingdom to have set as your home kingdom. Doesn't make too huge a difference, though. Some people set it based on what they want their background border to be on their profile, because it affects the animation that occurs on the background of your profile. For anyone who clicks on your profile. So some people will just pick it on which one they like the most. But if you're looking for an overall loot perspective, White Helm has the best overall loot of any faction. I mean, of any kingdom. To set as your home kingdom. Hello, Fred Crimson. Welcome. Your Tradestone farming team is good. You're using it. Oh yeah, you can use this for Tradestone farming. This is Tradestone farming. This is hero class farming. It does pretty much every form of farming other than soul farming. Also, technically, it doesn't do gold farming. Other than those two, it does pretty much all of them. Because you're getting quite a bit done simultaneously. Technically, we're getting gold from this too, just not excessively high gold. We're just getting only like 100,000 per hour or so. Which is actually pretty low, given that you can get like upwards of 300,000 with proper gold farming methods. Most invaded kingdom, White Helm. That's probably everyone's most invaded kingdom. Very rarely would that not be. Does that actually still show up on the profile? If it does, that's kind of funny. Because I'm pretty sure almost everyone's most invaded kingdom would be White Helm. If I go check anyone here, this probably says White Helm. Well, it says Home Kingdom. Let's see, where is most invaded kingdom? Does that not get said anymore here? Let's see. I know it used to be a thing that showed up here. I don't think it does anymore, though. It just shows the home kingdom. Yeah, as you can see, it has this little light effect. Some people like setting it as something different because it has a different effect. So, for example, of course, I would click on one that has the same effect, even though it's a different kingdom. Trying to find one that has a different kingdom set that's not White Helm, or one that has the light effect. Almost everyone has that light effect, though, because they all do White Helm. Nope, that's White Helm. Come on, someone not use White Helm. There you go. There's a non-White Helm, except everyone who's not using White Helm is also picking a kingdom that has the exact same effect. Fail. There are different effects. It's not the only effect that exists. Okay, he has Sword's Edge. Oops, what just happened? Did we just crash the game? Did we just crash the game? Game? Hello. There we go, there's a different effect. As you can see, there's like a steam effect in the background. And there's a few other ones based on what kingdom you have. I think one of them has bubbles and several other things out there. Up and get out of that. Sunspear+, there is no class to upgrade the kingdom, and you believe it's coming September 20th? Yes, we're getting it really soon. It's not next hero class, but it's the hero class after next hero class. Next hero class is going to have a +3 blue bonus, oddly enough. It's also going to have a really broken gold weapon. And by very broken, I mean it has twice the amount of damage as Skeleton Key has. The main difference, though, is it hits randomly and it doesn't have extra turn. So even though it has double the damage, it's way more inconsistent. and has no extra turn possibilities. So overall, it's pretty balanced, I would say. Though it will be used for some really quick PvP stuff if the enemy doesn't have any way to revive or barrier. Like you could just go into double kill into double kill. Even if they have higher durability, they'll still die. Even something like 50% spell reduction might still die to that much damage. At least pretty close. Speaking of 50% spell reduction, hello! These things are so annoying. There we go. And they appear so often. Actually, that's the first one that came up on stream, but it feels like it happens every like 5-10 minutes. Got a bunch of them when I was grinding before the stream. Oh, so hello, Bushka. Welcome. What's a new troop you have in the last slot? Oh, that's Mirage Queen. You get it from the throwing shards at the Sunken Fleet faction. Yeah, it's a pretty good troop. It's great for elemental synergy. You finally crafted Zugaf this morning. Very nice. Can you retire now? Haha. Yeah, most people would have 100% completion by the time they have Zugaf. Or, you know, that's normally the thing that they need for, like, 100% completion. Though it depends what you consider as 100% completion. A lot of different things that could be considered that. Oh, you took a few months break from the game, and so you missed a ton? Yeah, we had quite a few things in the last few months, though not as much as the previous year. I feel like 2018 was the biggest year as far as newer content for this game. As far as between everything that they ended up doing for it. Because they kind of ended up shifting the entire economy around during that year. And next patch is not like extremely large. Like it has a few nice things, which I'll be able to talk about in the near future. But it doesn't seem like extremely large like some of the other ones we had last year. Okay, we have no good options here. Let's take that for now. Board is horrific. There we go. How do you change your most invaded kingdom? Because you know for a fact that the kingdom that you're in the most isn't Broken Spire. It's based on how many PvP battles, I believe, that you have done against that kingdom. The reason why it might be Broken Spire is if you were towards the lower level range, like below 500, a lot of newer players may not change their home kingdom from the default of Broken Spire. So the main reason why it's so high, or why it shows Broken Spire, is a lot of the PvP battles that you did when you were first starting out in the game were almost all in Broken Spire, because most newer players would not know to change their home kingdom. So that's why it's probably still showing Broken Spire. If you're under level 1000, that's pretty likely, and if you're under level 500, it's even more likely. The lower your level, the more likely that it shows Broken Spire. So pretty much everyone who's 1,200 plus probably shows up as White Home. Because it's the most common home kingdom in the game. Is there a Mythic suggestion box? No, I don't believe they have one for something like that. And most of the Mythics that you do see around, or anything that gets added to the game, they've developed months in advance. Like the next hero class that's coming out next Friday, they probably had completed since, hey, there's our 100 gems. They probably had completed since like March or something like that. Because they prepare content way ahead of time for this game. Oh, now we don't need red kills anymore, though I still need to do this kingdom just because it's the location where we need the trade stones from. Though it was kind of coincidental that we needed red kills, and I also need to do this kingdom. So that worked out quite decently. 5 diamonds. Stop giving us diamonds. I don't need diamonds. And even if you needed diamonds, 5 diamonds is very small. Though it's the highest infinite diamond rate you can ever get. During Vault events, you average around like 10 to 20 diamonds per hour. Which is the highest you could ever infinitely farm. So that's still pretty low. Because that means even if you did the event for 40 hours, that might just be one legend of choice. Of course, you still get a bunch of other drops. But as far as the actual diamond amount, it's pretty low. Is there a drop table that you can view? I'm not sure if anyone has made a graphic or anything for it. I can mention the drop table of any gnome if you just mention which one you want to know. Because I know the entire drop table of everything. Or all the gnomes. Might like mistake like a few of them, but I know like 95% of it. So if you have any gnome that you're wondering on, I can just mention them all. What are some of the big changes in the September patch? I'm not allowed to say yet. But if they ever do a spoiler thingy on their Facebook or something, I'll be able to mention something. But until they publicly make any mention of it, I can't really mention much. No, you'll find out soon. Because the patch should be either late this month or early next month. No official date has been given, though. I've never said everything on it. I accidentally said one thing earlier, somewhat related to something. And that it would be easier for newer players to obtain, like, lower rarity troops from the kingdom. With some kind of new system that they're adding. Hey, unless I accidentally slip again, yeah. Which is what that one was earlier. You're most curious about the controversial change? Yeah, it's interesting. I believe they're making changes that it won't be controversial, but I'm not sure if they finalized what on earth they're doing with it. I'll mention what it is once we actually can say what it is. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and the first spoiler image they ever post of it will be that. Yes, we know that they're adding another gnome. It's one of the reasons why we're holding over keys. We knew this since the previous Q&A. They ended up mentioning it. I'm not sure if it's coming in next patch or not. It might be. But they mentioned it in the most recent Q&A, so it's public knowledge. It's one of the reasons we're holding all of our keys. Not just for the gnome, but they also said they might be buffing vault keys. That's something else I believe is not happening next patch. But you never know, they could sneak it in there. But I'm still holding them just in case. We're at 30 vault keys right now, total. Only one from this current event. Now, controversial things in patches have been in the beta test before. And anytime that they have been, we've tried to get them to make it less controversial. And have been successful many times in the past. And I believe we will be this time as well. I don't know, personally I didn't find Adventure Board to be too controversial. I think people made it bigger, made it to be bigger than it really was. As far as like how controversial it was. Because I personally never really found that to be that controversial. That aspect. Because the loot is pretty much maintained. And from what I can tell, it's even higher. Unless I'm just getting above average lucky. But I get more loot from doing the adventure board than I ever did from the previous system. You just got 2 diamonds from a gnome, not 2 gems. 2 diamonds. Yeah, diamonds and gems are different. A normal gnome can drop 5 gems and 20 gems. Or 2 diamonds and 5 diamonds. Are we giving out any codes today? Yeah, we'll have one this stream and one later on. We're handing out first code once we get first Vault Key. We technically got 1 Vault Key during this event, but it was off stream. But the first Vault Key of the stream, we're handing out a code. And we should definitely be able to get one. Why would Adventure Board be controversial? It simply removed some of the boring stuff, pretty much. The biggest controversial thing with it was would it pay out less? But I think everyone sees now that it's not paying out less. If anything, it's almost paying out more. I think for the only people that it might pay out less to is anyone who is doing the daily tasks every single day, regardless of how time-consuming they were. In which case you might have gotten slightly more loot previously. But even then, I'm not sure if it would even have been higher. Yeah, it's less grindy. That's the best thing about it, overall. It is way less grindy. It brings down the daily thing from something that took anywhere from 5 minutes to like 30 minutes under the previous system, down to like 2 minutes. It's one of the first times in a while that they've actually reduced down the amount of time that a daily takes. Because they keep adding more and more daily, so they finally made one take a lot less time, which is nice. It's actually the first time ever, I think, they actually did a time reduction to dailies. There were 2, and they both came pretty much the same time. Yeah, they came in the same patch. When they added Adventure Board and when they added Potions, which I believe are the same patch, right? Both of those 2 things reduced down the amount of daily and weekly grinds that you have to do. Adventure Board in that it took something that took several minutes or even dozens of minutes down to just a few minutes or less. And with, for maintaining its exact same loot, if not higher. And they also added Potions, which makes various events quicker. Even if you're barely spending any of them and just buying the enchant for 30 gems, which is basically free for how cheap that is, you end up increasing the rate at which you could do the event by a lot. If it would have been a 2-hour event, it would get reduced by at least 10 minutes with the enchant on all your allies. And it would be reduced even more if you bought further into packs. And some events you do that anyways, like raids and evasions you almost always buy up to tier 3, if not further. Bounty Hunter you always buy up to tier 5 anyways. So the fact that you have to for the thing isn't really that big a deal. And similar things to that. I don't know, I forget if they were same patch or before. I could have sworn they were same patch. They were really close to each other. They were like back to back, but they weren't necessarily exactly the same time. What kingdom are you adventuring in? I'm currently doing Pride Lands, and the reason for this is my pure red trait stone is my lowest. I actually just upgraded all of the dooms since we no longer need to keep things that are untraded. I went to go upgrade all my dooms, and now I have so few pure reds because I updated a red doom. Okay. Oh no, stream's back. It keeps like going down for like a moment. It's weird. Not sure why it's doing that today. Get our explosion there. And just kill him with the split. That should be enough damage. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Nope, live stream's still going. Just click refresh if it's still down. But then again, he can't hear me. There we go. Yeah, stream keeps doing that sometimes. I'm not sure why. What does Salty say to be to the good codes? Oh, I still didn't ask her yet about that. I've been meaning to. She's probably gonna say no though. But I will be asking about it later. What's my favorite color? Cyan. That really light, like, blue color. Like that bluish green. Like that really bright blue. I'll take that one over. Refresh always fixes everything. Ta. I'm not gonna hand them out secretly. For all I know, they could already be deactivated. You mean for Gems of War? Oh, I see. Okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say, why did you like randomly ask what my favorite color is? That makes more sense. So between the 6 colors, that's a hard one. If you're talking about like most powerful, probably brown just because there's so many options. Brown and green are probably the most fun. Though blue got a really, really fun infinite recently. I don't know, that's a hard choice just to pick one. The effectiveness of every color is always fluctuating all over the place though, based on what troops get added to the game, and which ones are actually strong at any given moment. Yeah, brown it has a lot of options. It has some of the best tanks, still has decent damage output, and has a lot of utility troops. Oh yeah, Gob Truffle is insanely broken. I'm really surprised they're not nerfing it. It has the most consistent infinite that's been added to the game in a very long time. Actually, it's probably just the most consistent infinite in the game, period. While it's not the best overall troop in the entire game, it's it has the most consistent infinite that I'm aware of currently. Of course, that doesn't help for quicker battles, and depending on the context, it might just be too slow and stuff. But it's still really strong, given that it's quite literally infinite damage. The entire enemy team could be 1,000 all stats and it would still kill it. It would take forever, but it would still kill it. Just got an Orb of Chaos from a vault, but unfortunately gave you a green orb. That's unfortunately. That's a really unfortunate. What's my favorite troop? There's quite a few. Sunbird's pretty high up there though. It makes for a great tank. You can use it for def boost ratioing, which is very relevant most of the time, but it makes for some pretty funny teams. It's the quickest thing for Explore, and has really nice troop art. That's among one of my favorite. I'm not sure what my absolute favorite would be though. It's definitely one of my like top 5s. Oh, you're doing this Gnome event to finally do all challenges? I feel like I should do that. I really should just get all my challenges done eventually. You know what? I might go do the same thing. I've been kind of meaning to go do them. And with how quick it's gonna go, we might as well. I guess we'll go do that later, just this stream then. Might as well. There's no point in not doing them. The only reason I haven't for so long is just it was fun to have them, like, not done. What are you planning to use the for Yellow Tower of Doom? Not the slightest clue. At least currently. I'm not even sure what I used last time. Probably a Divine meta team. Like Divinish Ball Aquilin combo with something. And just use like Mang first slot or something else. Can also just go Yellow Explosion and go like a Gorgoltha with a bunch of support behind it, or even just Mountain Crusher with a bunch of heavy hitting yellows. There's plenty of Mythics that cover that category. Trying to think of a yellow team that upskills. Not sure if there is a proper one. Oh, you know what? We can just run, for Yellow Day, we can just run a Gimlet, Iron Gut team. And just Iron Gut spam kill everything except for the Doom. And on the ones we need to kill the Doom, we just sacrifice our hero and then kill it out that way. That would also be an option. At least for the upscaling purposes. Once Divine teams don't ever work anymore, once you reach a certain level range. Yeah, once you craft Dawnbringer, you just have like 1 billion souls afterwards. Because it's the biggest soul expense you'll ever need to do other than upgrading all troops. You've likely already done quite a bit of the upgrading prior to even getting Dawnbringer in the first place. Yeah, one of my guild's one of the top guilds at the moment. I believe we're 18 at the moment as far as overall trophies. And we normally place the upper part of bracket 3 in Guild Wars. Yeah, challenges give a lot of souls, but you don't really need the souls once you reach a certain point. Is my guild currently recruiting? We were recruiting for 3 slots earlier this week, but I believe we already filled them all. But yeah, we had 3 slots earlier, but they're all filled now. Someone else left in that time, but I don't believe they have. Unless we kicked someone in that time, but I don't believe we have. Not sure. Need to go double check. I'll go double check after this battle real quick. But yeah, you missed our triple slot opening. We had like 3 slots open for a couple days. But now I don't believe we have any. I'll go double check. If it'll ever load. Loading, loading, loading. The struggle of winning too many times in Explorer. It lags everything. Winning too much too quickly. What's my guild's requirement? Level 1000 plus, 1 million gold per week. Oh, tribute. And being able to do decent in higher level guild wars and everything. All the normal guild events. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, we're filled. We are filled. Yes. These gnomes drop 1 gem key, 4 gem keys, 1 event key, 3 event keys, and vault key, as far as their key-related drops are concerned. They also have several other drops. But yes, he can drop 1 gem key, 4 gem keys, and 1 event key, 3 event key. I don't think you'll ever be able to combine accounts. That's probably never going to be a thing. Even if they ever have cross-platform, combining accounts probably will never be a thing. And the main reason for that is you could just have 2 accounts in the same guild or, you know, in any top guilds. And you're basically just gaining twice the amount of resources. Or if you did that with 5 accounts, combine them all together and just have like 5 times the normal resources you normally would have. But they would never allow combining of accounts, unfortunately. What is my opinion on the Drowned Sailor? It's pretty much a standard conversion troop. The reason he's not used as much is I believe there's a troop very similar to him. There's our 1 gem key from it. But there's a troop really similar to him that normally gets used instead for the color convert. And because it only has a double def mark, which is really unpredictable, it's not really used, since that's its only secondary effect. Yeah, cross-platform saves would be really, really nice. I'd be playing this on Switch right now if it was possible to do that. Champion of Guard is sometimes agile, even though his thing doesn't normally say it. Well, it depends what game mode you're in. You would have agile automatically off of... Oh, wait, never mind, you wouldn't have it off of that. But no, he should never have agile. He should never have an agile trait. There are certain situations where you can have agile on yourself, regardless of the troop having agile or not. But Explorer should not be one of those locations. He dodged skulls 3 times in PvP. Not sure how that could have happened. Am I still stocking up on Vault Keys? Yes, we're currently at 30 Vault Keys right now. 30 whole Vault Keys. That is correct. Hello, Christy! Welcome! Oh good, we finally got another pet, though I think it's one we already have max, so that's unfortunate. Still need to get it for its food. The only problem is there's no pet chance in there. I still don't understand, or no vault chance in there, I mean. Still not sure why they don't have gnomes in pet events. Doesn't really make much sense why they're not in there. Well, Entangle is kind of like that, as far as like a percent chance to miss debuff kind of thing. Not exactly the same, but it's like the closest mechanic to what you just mentioned is Entangle. Hello, Gustavo. Welcome. We should be at like 87, 80 on Sunspear right now. Yeah, 88. We're getting there. Making progress. I believe we have Warden at 91 and we have Sunspear at 88. How do you increase your mana surge percentage? You get it increased from masteries, and masteries you get mostly from your guilds, so you also get it from every level. And we also just got a vault key. So let me go hand out a code. There's our second vault key, 31 now. To our stack, second vault key of the weekend. First one of this stream. Yeah, let me go hand out a code right after this battle, which is already over. Quick battle. And let me go find one I haven't used. I have to check a few. I'm not actually sure which one of these I haven't used yet. Hold up. Let's see. Have we used that one? Yes. Keep going down the line. Have we used this one? Probably. No. Okay. Put that one in. Boom, boom, boom. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Quick refresh. Put that over there. No, that's not what I want again. Put that over there. Copy, copy. Okay, there you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com or use the game code section. Same place as always. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. And give Steam reward as always 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And it's usable on every platform except for the console versions, so PC mobile mainly. But there you guys go. Does your skill level happen more after level 1000? Or is it still every 250 levels? It happens every 100 levels. Past 1000. But it takes forever to get each of those 100 levels. Getting from something like level 1000 to 200 to 1300 takes longer than level 0 to 1000. So even though it's every 100, it starts to take longer and longer and longer. Even 1100 to 1200 might be longer than 1 to 1000. I know for sure 1200, 1300 is, and everything beyond that's even longer. Takes a long while. Like 1 to 1000 you can do in like a month. Everything beyond that, not so much. Would you rather transform into a Minotaur or a Centaur? Probably a Centaur. If I had to choose between one or the other. Ideally, neither. But if I had to choose one, Centaur. Between those two. You made a PC account just for the codes, it's funny. It's gonna be a very powerful PC account if all you're doing is just claiming codes on it and then playing it later. There's some people that play like almost just Explore, who probably have some of the most overpowered under level 100 accounts you've ever seen. Just because almost all they do is Explore. I'm not sure what their data is on that, but they have mentioned that they have some percent of players, or you know, like some players that all they do is just play Explore and nothing else, basically. Not sure who that would really be, but apparently it's some amount of people. If you did that for like a year, play like 1 hour of maps a day for an entire year, you would have such a ridiculously overpowered low-level account. What do we take? We'll go for that. Ah, excuse me. Ha, key lime, nice. Very nice. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I'll be doing a video on the next hero class soon. Once it actually releases. It's gonna be really solid. The weapon in particular. Which also reminds me, I need to grind like 1 billion gems this weekend. Because we're gonna need a lot soon. The new hero class is gonna eat like 1,000 to 2,000. The All-Seeing Eye event, because I need that troop to be mythic. The pet. I'm gonna have to spend like 1,500, 2,000 gems on that. And I'm gonna need to spend another 1,500, 2,000 gems on the faction that comes out 2 Fridays from now. We got a lot of things we need to put into. Oh, another Vault Key. Wow, 3rd Vault Key. Doing good so far. Lead that's at 32, almost at 3-3. That means almost 3 Vault Keys in an hour then. So pretty lucky this weekend so far. Yep, today is definitely a Friday. And if you have time this weekend, definitely is good to go and grind it out, the Vault event. Definitely adds up to be a lot of loot. Even if you get unlucky, it's still a lot of various drops that are worth quite a bit. Even just Glory Gnomes alone with drops like that, even though it's a mid-range drop of 500 Glory, that's still worth about 4 to 5 gems, 500 Glory. If you were to use that all for Glory Keys, because that's about how many gems you would get back, as well as just the overall value of the troops that you would get, compared to gem keys. And another level on our hero class, 89, almost 90. Which means we almost have both of them at 90 plus now. Getting so close. I never did do the math to see how much more grinding we have left to do on all the hero classes. Ooh, 4 gem keys, nice. That's his best drop that isn't a Vault Key. Theoretically, 3 event keys is worth more, however, I don't need event keys at all. But I definitely consider 4 gem keys to be his best drop that isn't Vault Key, personally. Especially since our gem key stack is so small now that we just kind of burned completely out of it when we did the most recent event. We definitely need to stock back up. Oh wow, another Vault Key, wow. We're just getting showered in Vault Keys now. 4th Vault Key. Pretty much all this hour. Because the one that I got off stream was like right before we started the stream. Yeah, Cedric can drop 20 gem keys. He can also drop 15 event keys. And you can also get a 20 gem key while the other gnomes drop 1 to 4 gem keys. You can get like a 20, a 4, and a 1 and get like 25 or something. Yeah, Cedric does have a 20 gem key drop. I don't know, we'll see. We might hand out another code this stream. We'll see. What's our current count? 4? Trying to think of like a number that we could maybe do it for. Because we're currently at 4 Vault Keys. At 10 Vault Keys, we'll hand out another code. No, just kidding. No way we're getting that many this stream. Unless we maintain this luck the entire time, which is excessively unlikely. There's a good chance we don't even get another Vault Key the rest of the stream. I've had more Vault Keys than you've had gnomes. That's extremely unlikely. At 700 Vault Keys, there you go. No. I've never even had triple-digit Vault Keys before. I think the most I've ever had at one time was around 50. Actually, there's a good chance that our stack that we're building up now will be the biggest stack we'll ever have of vault keys once we finally get around to using them. Because there's a good chance they're not buffing vault keys until early next year. And in that time, there's enough time for us to reach triple-digit vault keys. I know for sure I've never had triple-digit vault keys before. Yeah, at 111. Oh yeah, I probably should be using the notification thing for these events, so I know when tribute is ready. Actually, let me go set that up right now. 1 second. I haven't used it for a while. Normally because I haven't been that paranoid about constantly taking them. But... let's see. 7. But you have Cedric already. Are they still worth using up? You have Cedric already. Are they still... no, I would say basically save them until they possibly buff them. Assuming you have all the drops and everything, you probably just want to save them at this point. Because there's a chance they're buffing them, and even if they don't buff them, they're at least adding another gnome soon. Hello, Mr. Thomas. Welcome. What was I looking for again? Oh yeah, I was gonna go set up the little notification thingy. Don't they have a web app for it? Where is the thing for it? Where do you go for that? I forget now. Haven't used it in so long. Here's the thingy for it. Where's the thing for it? I actually completely forget now. I always thought it was underneath this page. Like the plugin for the thing. I actually completely forget where it is now. Ever since they changed like the format of this. Does anyone remember? Fail. Where's the PC one that goes into like a plugin? Yeah, where's the thing for it? I always thought it was underneath the alert page thing. Oh yeah, there it is. Opt in and out. You have to click on the thing. Okay. I forget if I have to put anything in for this. Let me just hide screen real quick. I forget, do you need emo or anything for it? Or does this go into your browser? 1 second, just in case. Get rid of the... where's my screen? There it is. Okay, 1 second. Oops, not what I wanted. Let's see. Opt in out. Will temporarily leave Gems of War and open in your browser. Wait, this will temporarily leave Gems of War. Yeah, continue. If you prefer, we can email this. No. Opt in. Allow. Okay. That should be it then. Yeah, I haven't used it for ages. That should auto-notify with everything. I don't think it'll make a sound because I have the thing muted, but it should still make it like a little visual thing. But then again, I think it does it on your system. Maybe it would do it. But we'll find out when we get our next tribute in like 50 minutes. I probably should use it more often, especially with how valuable tributes are these days, but I don't know, I just haven't been ultra paranoid about it. If we get it, we get more resources. If not, we don't. It's not that big a deal. But while we're here, let's go clear through Pet real quick. Am I going to stream all day? Probably not all day, but I'll probably go for another few hours or so. Not sure. Really just depends on how many Vault Keys and stuff we're getting. If we keep getting showered with it like we have been, I'd be a lot more motivated to keep going. But if it starts dying down some, then I might end up going out for a while. We'll see. I definitely want to get quite a bit of grinding in this weekend, that's for sure. Because we need to make up for how much the previous Mythic cost. Plus we have quite a few things that we need to go dump gems into very soon. No, I've not seen the update for the 2 mythics from now. I don't even think I looked at him in the first place. But I'll go look at it later. It's still too far out to know if it's going to change again or not. Which is why I don't normally look that far ahead. Because they always change stuff ahead of time. Well, maybe not always, but you know, it's pretty common that they do. Do you do Gnome events on your Switch at all? No, I've actually pretty much almost quit the Switch account at this point. Pretty much done with it. Just focusing on the main account again. We'll eventually come back to it though. And if I am ever at like an airport or something, I'd probably still be playing on it. But yeah, I've been just not playing as much lately, and I just figured I'd completely stop it. Rather than feeling obligated to have to throw like almost an hour at it each day just to do a bunch of dailies. Just annoying having to maintain 2 accounts. Move that one over. Get everything destroyed. Throw key to key. Okay, what else can we move here? I'll take that for now. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. We'll be here a while. That is for sure. Also, hopefully you can get a bunch of pet food while doing this too. Definitely need to stock up on it. And technically, vault events are the best time to do that, since your guild has most likely going to almost perpetually keep the pet going. Assuming they do a decent amount of PvP or arena. My guild does quite a bit less of it. Still enough that we still get showered with more pets than normal, that's for sure. Because of course, pet gnome increase chance. So a lot more pet gnomes in arena and PvP. Which I still actually need to go do the PvP grind, so if we don't have a pet for a while, I might go and grind it out a bit. And just quick kill it. Which is a very annoying, awesome team for PvP defense. Normally Yagway Queen of Tanya is a pretty good example for that. Flamer Fur or Ursuke or Crown if you don't have that, followed by Yagway Tapon Queen of Tanya. Ends up working out really well for that purpose. Relatively cheap too. Uses no mythics at least. Despite it being one of the best defend teams in the entire game. Among one of them. Hey, another treasure map to go with our thousands. We're sitting on like 14, 15,000 treasure maps or something absurd. Hello, Luring! Welcome. A decent mythic? No way, I know, right? It's been a while since we've gotten a decent mythic. Actually, isn't the most decent mythic Iron Gut? Hasn't it been that long? Iron Gut last December. Isn't he the most recent good mythic? I don't recall any good mythic that has come in since then. Though it depends what you define as good mythic, because Iron Gut's like one of the best mythics in the entire game, so it's a little bit unfair to compare things to him. But we have been getting pretty bad mythics lately. Overall. Tina didn't come within that time. Tina did get buffed within that time, but she didn't come out within that time. Or did she? Actually, when did Tina come out? Never mind, maybe she did. Did she come out this year? Never mind, she might have came out this year. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, Obsidius was pretty decent. Hello, Zeddicus. Welcome. Happy Friday. You're pushing a bit for leaderboard. Problem is, if you get higher than level 50, will you lose the 5 epic ingots? Yes. Is there a cumulative reward or is it a threshold reward? It's a threshold reward. Yeah, it's actually really weird. Making top 100 is actually better than anything else. I believe the reward for 100 to 51 is actually better than every other reward other than like first or second place. It's really weird how that is. But yes, level or making rank 100 to 51 in PvP leaderboard is actually the best weekly reward. It's still relatively small, and you're probably just better off if you're already grinding PvP just to keep going, unless you just want to go do some explore or something. But yes, if you're looking just for the weekly reward, placing 100 to 51 is actually the highest reward just because of how hard epic ingots are to get. I know that's really strange, but it is how it is currently. What's the drop rate for Vault keys? During Vault events? I want to say it's about 1 in 10 on Gnomes? No, it's a little bit higher than that. Probably 1 in 15. Not sure exactly. All I know is it's about 3 times higher than normal. It's 3 times higher. It's 3 times more likely to find Gnomes, and 3 times better, better chance that you would find a Vault key from those Gnomes. So overall, it's technically about 9 times better overall, if you factor both of those in. As far as exact rates, I do not know what they are. Your friend opened 10 event keys a few weeks ago and got Obsidious. Very lucky. Yeah, you can... event keys are generally a bad idea to try to get a Mythic off of. It's possible, but it's, you're getting a lot of drops that you don't need as you're trying to get it. At least relative to how gem keys are. Nah, 1,000 souls. That's a useless drop. I gotta be like that. Do gnomes show up less in challenges? No, they show up the exact same rate everywhere. The reason why we specifically do explorers is one of the quickest ways to win. Technically, challenges can win quicker, though the main reason we do explore is because there's a better trait stone drop rate for higher rarity trait stones, specifically in explore, as well as you get a extra like 400 or 500 gold or so per battle, which ends up adding up to be a lot. 3 event keys, nice. But no, it's the same rate everywhere. Though the quicker you win, the higher chance you'll have, theoretically. Just because you're running through more chances. So you basically just go wherever you can get the highest win rates. And challenges and Explorer are, unless you're earlier on in the game, they're about the exact same win rate. Challenges are ever so slightly quicker, but you don't get the extra gold and you get less trait stones. Or you get lower rarity trait stones. So better off just doing Explorer, since there's almost no time difference if you have a higher damage output. Yeah, double minor trait stones are a pretty bad reward for them. I would have to say 100 souls is probably slightly worse, though. But yeah, 2 minor trait stones is one of the absolute worst. That and 2 diamonds and stuff like that. You would have to get a 2 diamond drop 400 times for it to even be anything viable. And at that point, it would be a legend of choice. Yeah, all the lowest drops on a normal gnome are 2,500 gold, 2 minor trade stones, 100 souls, 2 diamonds, and I believe that's all of them as far as its absolute worst drops. Obviously it has quite a few drops that are also pretty bad, but those are like the worst of what it has. Those 4. Hey, first Volkey for you. Congrats, James. Very nice. Hey, how are all you guys doing on Volkey so far? Hopefully you've been getting good luck. We got some really good luck bursted all at once, and now we're getting, like, nothing. That seems how it is sometimes. Get, like, a lot at once and then dry streaks. Yeah, we're at, what, 4 Volkeys this stream? I can tell how many Volkeys I have just by looking at my stack. We started at 29. And any above 30 is how much we got specifically to stream. One prior to the stream. Anything above 29 is how much we've gotten this weekend. We got 4 keys in 1 hour so far. So that's a really lucky hour. We'd be lucky if we can even average 1 per hour. So getting 4 in an hour is definitely excessively lucky. You got Zugaf like 6 months ago, and since you got 0 major orbs of ascension. I had the exact same issue. I didn't get a single orb of ascension until about 3 to 4 months after I crafted Zugaf. Though it could just be because unlucky drops. It only has about a 15% chance of dropping per major blue orb that you get. And the average person only gets a few major blue orbs per month. Which means you could go months without ever getting a drop off it at 15%. If you're only getting like 4 major blues per month. Because to be around the drop rate, you would have to get almost 2 months of orbs. And even then, like, of course, you could get below the drop rate. Hello, Iron Molt. Welcome. Also, hello, Healy. Not sure if I said hello earlier. I saw your thing. I don't think I said hello, though. But welcome. I wonder if they will add another use for multiple orbs. No. It was something asked most recent Q&A. And they said that... well, actually, they didn't directly say no. But, like, they might add it for some things into the future. But they're not going to add, like, any kind of orb sync or something like that they mentioned. Yeah, they are cautious not to make any mythics like too overly powered, like they have in the past. Doesn't mean they won't. But they do hate when something extremely rare is like extremely broken. It's one of the reasons why quite a few mythics are actually towards the weaker side, oddly enough. It's also probably one of the reasons why a lot of the level 100 perks on hero classes aren't extremely good. So that people don't feel obligated to have to level 100 everything. But you'll still need to eventually for Kingdom Stars. But that's not down the line until like way later in the game. The first 20-star Kingdom won't even be around until like late next year, if even then. Well, we probably will, because we're getting a 17-star Kingdom in 2 weeks from now. Darkstone will be 17 stars. So it's probably not going to be getting a vent for a very long time afterwards. But it will be 17 stars as of 2 Mondays from now. Or 3 Mondays. Wait, is it 2 or 3 Mondays? I think it's 3 Mondays from now. 2 weeks in like a few days. The Soul Gnome drops are 1,000 souls, 2,500 souls, and 5,000 souls. And Volky, of course. Yeah, 2,500 is his middle drop. What's the best PvP team you could use with Azura? I'm not sure. It's not something normally used in PvP. It's used on, like, Blue Guild War occasionally. Or, you know, on, like, Guild War occasionally. Just for various things. But, yeah, I wouldn't really bother with it in PvP, I don't think. But if you were to bother using it, you'd probably use it with another mana generating option. Jar of Eyes would be pretty good with it, since it not only creates a blue storm, but you'd also have summon backup. And both their explosions would work into each other. And you'd have blue storm off the weapon itself. So building a team around something in first slot, Jar of Eyes, Azura, and one other option could work out pretty decently. What I think... Wow, another Volky! We are getting showered in Volkies. Please do not stop. Keep this up all weekend. If we kept this rate up, we'd have like 30 Volkies by the end of this weekend. There's no way we're keeping this rate up, though. It's like 5 Volkies already or something. Oh yeah, next hero class is going to be good. It has +3 blue. It also has one of the best weapons in the entire game. How many Volkies do we have? I'll go check after the loading screen of loading this. However many beyond 29 is how many we've gotten in the last hour and like 15 minutes or so. Loading, loading, loading. Good water break. Oh, I looked back and it's already done. There we go. Where were we? Oh yeah, we got the normal flash offer, by the way. I don't think I mentioned it, but it's the same thing as always during these events. It's good value if you want to go for it. They offer it at every Vault event. One of the best offers they ever offer. Anyways, what am I looking for? I am looking for... What was the question? Oh yeah, how many Volkies currently? Yep, 34, which means we've gotten 4 within the stream, 5 within the last like hour and 15 minutes or so. Quite a decent amount. Is there a new gnome coming? Yes. There is a new gnome coming. I'm not sure if it's coming next patch, but there is one coming in the near future. If not next patch, probably the patch after next patch. Got a lot of gnomes, but no Volkies so far. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. I am getting pretty absurdly lucky so far, though. That is definitely way above average. Yeah, next gnome is going to be an ingot gnome, most likely. Not sure what exact drops it'll have, but hopefully it finally clears up the epic ingot problem that this game has. Only problem with that is a lot of later game players already have like more trade stones, more ingots than they'll ever need. And it's going to become the same thing that trade stone issue is going to have. And that you just have a bunch of trade stones laying around that you can't do anything with. What's the max I've ever done in evasions? I have no clue. I don't think I've ever gone for leaderboard in evasions. I'm not even sure what the furthest I've ever tried going is. Invasions and raids I've never bothered ever going excessively far in, because it's just not worth it. Tower of Doom we've gone as far as the low 30s. So if we really wanted to, we could have gone to like 50s at some point. There just really isn't any point in it unless we're going for leaderboards on various things. Yeah, it's kind of funny that in the current economy of the game, epic ingots are actually the most valuable. And with that being said, ultra rare ingots are almost the second most valuable. just because 10 of them becomes a epic ingot. I actually have 3 power orbs on my Nintendo Switch account still. It almost has half a Zugoff at this point. Within the first month, I pretty much had like half a Zugoff on it. But I haven't gotten any since, because leaderboards are pretty much just as annoying on Switch right now as they are on any other version. Only the first few weeks where they were like ridiculously easy. Finally got Frost Mage to level 70. Nice, congrats. Yeah, you don't really need to get it to 100. I don't believe it gains any good benefit from 100, like many other hero classes. Okay, we got him there. Let's go ahead and get our explosion. Did we already hand out a code? Yeah, we already handed out the code. We might hand out another one a little bit later, though. We'll see. Ooh, 20 gem drop. That's actually the first 20 gem drop from him today. Definitely need it. Definitely adds up. Frost Mage is the strongest Guild War defend class. Next one that would be good to have, assuming you already have Titan Max, would be, trying to think. Frost Mage is like the most noteworthy one. I guess maybe Assassin hero class? Some people like to troll with Skull Spam with Assassin first slot. If it gets really lucky, it just auto wins. Though the problem is it very rarely gets that lucky. Yeah, Tidecaller I use offensively and defensively on Blue Guild War Day. Five diamonds, something I do not need. We have enough to craft like 13 mythics in diamonds, so I do not need more. Because there's nothing to spend them on if you own everything in the game. Ah, miners. Don't need more miners. Yeah, they really need to add a way to buy mythics on day one with diamonds, like the first week they come out. I would spend anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000 diamonds on a new mythic if you could just buy it immediately with diamonds rather than waiting a few months to craft it in Soulforge. If you could first week buy it for 6,000 to 10,000 diamonds, I would. Not sure if they'll ever add that as a feature. It would make for a great diamond sink. And they charge 4,000 for it afterwards anyway, so why not just charge like almost double that when it first comes out? For people that want to just spend diamonds on it instead of keys. If they did that at a rate of 8,000 diamonds each, we would have enough to, let's see, how many would we be able to go for? Yeah, we'd be able to go for like 7 mythics. With just pure diamonds, if not more. And like alternate between using keys and using diamonds. And it would also allow people just to hoard their diamonds if they want to for a better mythic. So of course they could still just craft her after the fact a little bit later on for the same price as always, the 4,000. What do we grab here? Let's get the firebomb down. Yeah, mythics are extremely inconsistent when they come out. because you have to go with pure luck off the keys. There's no consistent method to get them on day 1. Or week 1, I should say. And the rotation until they come back around again is extremely long sometimes. Like, we just this week got Fist of Zorn in the drop table for Soulforge. He was added, what, 3-4 mythics ago? And he just came around now in Soulforge. Forgot how many mythics ago he was, but yeah, it's been a while. It's been at least 2 months, if not longer. Yep, level 90 on Sunspear, very nice. So now we have level 90 on both of them. Warren's, I believe, is at 91 right now. So it looks like this will be caught up to Warden at this point. Actually, how far is it? Let me see. Yeah, Sunspear's at 90, and Warden's at 92, actually. Ah, the cute little griffin. Love that thing so much. It's so adorable. So adorable. Where's the other bird? It's so adorable. Let's see. It's gonna be a while until we get a cuter icon than that. Wasn't Shade of Zorn last mythic before this new one last Friday? Was it that recent? Could have sworn it was a bit further back than that. Maybe it was that recent. That's not too bad of a wait then. If it was only like a month and a half. It depends on the rotation of Soulforge, on how long it is. $2,500 gold, it's one of his worst drops. Don't give us that. Come on, give us actual good drops. You know you want to. Next class to 40, Knight or War Priest. Probably War Priest because there's a bonus this week of 10%. It's also thematic with the invasions if you want to use it for that. And neither have a useful weapon. I forget what War Priest weapon was. That wasn't the yellow AoE weapon, was it? If so, then it's decent. I forget what War Priest's weapon was. I know that Knight's is that one blue shield that moves you to first slot. It's pretty useless. I forget what War Priest has, though. Okay, so it was 2 mythics ago. Yeah, that was like 2.5 months ago then. When Shade of Zorn was added. Yeah, the yellow AoE is from Dervish. Keep for mixing up the two of them, even though they're completely different hero classes. Because they both come from like a desert-like area. Because Leona's Empire, Drifting Sands are both in the desert. Actually, I believe they're right next to each other, aren't they? Like, really close to each other, if not directly, on the map. Aw, that didn't die. But luckily we have a cast for that. What's the weapon we're using? It is Imperial Jewel. It's a weapon that you get at... I forget what the mastery requirement is for these days. But I believe you get it at like 25 all mastery these days. Somewhere around there. 30 all mastery. It's something all mastery. You end up getting it. I forget specifically when, but I believe you normally get it by about 200, level 200 or so. But it's a pretty easy weapon to obtain. And it just does a bit of split damage. Nothing too special. But the main relevant thing about it is that it uses every color in the game. It's one of only 2 weapons that do that. And also, only those 2 weapons are the only thing that player own that it covers every color. There's currently no troop that covers every color that is player owned. Any word on when Groshnok Hero comes out to level the kingdom? I do not believe he's coming anytime soon. I can go double check upcoming hero classes. I don't believe Groshnok was one of them though. I can go double check real quick. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. I'm looking for where to go? Weekly events. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for classes. Groshnok is coming on no official date, but it is coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is coming 8 hero classes from now. So what is 8 months from now? 8 months from now is math. That's like April, right? Sometime late April or early May, we'll finally be getting Groshnok hero class most likely. Assuming that it sticks to the schedule. But yeah, it's a while. Obviously. It's quite a while from now. But yeah, it looks like around late April or sometime between April and May, it's likely to come out. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hero classes from now is the Groshnok one. That is quite some time. Next one is for the one coming next weekend. Is 1 week from today, actually. Is for Blackhawk. I forget if that helps the kingdom, but I'm pretty sure it is. Almost any kingdom that gets a hero class these days is going to go up in like anywhere from 2 to like 5 stars, just because of every single kingdom pretty much needing it for their star levels. That doesn't already have one. I wonder what they're going to do when every kingdom does have a hero class. Because that's eventually going to happen, obviously. Still going to be a while until that happens. But, it's eventually going to happen. I believe that's actually going to happen later next year. Where every single kingdom just has a hero class. Because I believe we're only missing a little over a dozen. Yeah, there's a lot of kingdoms that just need hero at the moment. Hello, Preserved Music. Welcome. Also, thank you, Nypick, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. But yeah, after this weekend, I think we're finally going to be under 100-hour grind for all hero classes. So, of course, it's going to be increased as soon as the next hero class comes out, but still, I think it'll be the first time I dip under 100 hours or less required to complete out all heroes. All classes, I mean. I do ideally want to get that done before the end of this year, so we don't have to deal with that mechanic anymore. So we can just use whatever hero classes we really want. We're still going to need to level up new hero classes, but that's not too bad. Especially if we buy into about half of it, if we do end up doing that. Because then it's just 14 hours to do the other half. Which split up per week is like only 3 hours a week or so. A little over 3 hours a week. But even if you break up the whole thing, it's only 7 hours a week, so... to max out a whole hero class, a new one. This basically comes out to 1 hour per day, just putting it towards the hero class. Combine that with dailies, you probably only have to do it for like 45 minutes to 30 minutes per day if you just use it for dailies. Actually, theoretically, dailies could almost even do all the leveling you would need off it. Because you get 18 off the adventure board, if not 20. You would probably have a pet active, so it would count for another 16. So if you just do it on the averages, that's a 34 right there. The XP that you would have done. And then with everything else that you might do between PvP, delves, and everything, yeah, you pretty much would have it done just by that. Because for it to count for 1 hour, you would need to do 180 EXP. Let's see, what is the full breakdown for that? So 9 rooms and delves. I never actually did do the full math on it. How much EXP do you get if you did every single daily per day? So delves are 9 times 3 times another 3. 9 times 3 because you get... alright, sorry, 9 times... Wait, why am I times it by 3? 9 times 2. Yeah, sorry. 9 times 2, which is 18 EXP per delve, times 3, which is 54. You add 18 for adventure board, though it can be 19. I mean, though it can be 20 or even higher, depending on how it comes out, depending on what your tasks are. But more often than not, it's going to be 18 with 9 task objectives, which ends up coming to 72. You then have dungeons, which counts for 6. You'll probably have 1 pet in a day, which comes out to 16. And that's 94 just in dailies. If you just count dailies and nothing else, that's 94 EXP per day. And then the rest of that would come from PvP, Explore, challenges, other stuff. And to get another 90, you would only have to take 30 minutes of just doing Explore like this. Did I say 90 minutes? I meant 30 minutes. What does gain enchant when matching gems means? It means when you match gems, you gain enchant, which ends up giving you 2 mana per turn once you have enchant on you. Hello, George. Welcome. Or wait, is that George? No. Oh no, is that a way to spell George? I'm not sure. I know, getting every hero class level 100 might actually be harder than getting Zukov. Just because getting Zukov, you pretty much get it passively while already doing stuff throughout the game. To get every single hero class upgraded, you have to go out of your way. And not just slightly out of your way, you have to go out of your way for hundreds of hours in order to go and get every single hero class maxed out. Because you have to use non-optimal hero classes for a lot of battles, which slows down those battles. Like, if I didn't have to use hero class, I would actually be using Sunbird, Rowan, Leprechaun, and Mirage Queen. Because it's quicker. But the problem with it is you gain 0 hero class EXP. So unless you have every single hero class max, it's not worth using. Though it's on average a few seconds quicker than what we're using right now. On average, it would save probably about 1 second per battle, if not more. That definitely adds up, given that these battles take like 15 to 20 seconds. Wow, he has a pure red team stacking his extra stats. Because of that, couldn't kill him. Actually took 3 hits. I'm surprised that thing didn't make a notification yet telling us that we have tribute. I haven't gotten a notification with the little alert system. Oh, I say that and we just got one. There's a notification. Our tribute's ready. I was about to say, I have like a sense when tribute is ready. I have a natural sense. I was like, wait, we should have tribute now. And then goes the alarm that says, hey, tribute's ready. That is too perfect. I mentioned that like right as that happened. That is perfect. Now let's go claim it. Can you guys actually hear that noise that it made? I'm pretty sure you guys actually could have. Because it's on system sounds. I don't think I have system sounds muted on stream. Actually, I might. I'm not even sure if I do. But anyways. It'll load. I normally don't have notifications on. But it does help while doing vault events because you have no way of checking the screen because you're in the thing the entire time, the battle screen. If it'll ever load. Come on now. At this rate, it's almost not even worth taking our tribute if it's going to take this long just to load the page. Gosh. How many have I gotten so far? I believe we're up to 5 vault keys. Yep, there's our tribute, of course. Grab that. 13, nice. And that's everything we get from it. So much loot. It's basically like the drop of like 3 to 4 gnomes. We have 5,407 gold, 670 souls, 141 glory, 26 gold keys, and 13 gems. There's the full breakdown from all the kingdoms. Anyways, was I checking? How many keys do we currently have? Yeah, we've gotten 5 vault keys so far. We did this pet already, right? Well, we better have. We only have 2 minutes left. Anyways, let's go, let's actually go switch over to some PvP real quick. I do need to do PvP. And we'll just tear apart with, get some Warden leveling. And Warden, of course, will be leveling using this team, the Gob Truffle team. And I do need to farm gold, so we'll get some done while doing this. And just quick kill off of this. So we'll grab the mana we need, take the other thing over. Actually, probably should have grabbed blue there. So we'll grab that over. Need to get him rolling. Once we get that going, we should be good. Oh no, we got silenced! I need him. I have a cleanse, but we have to go take our last slot to go get it. Hopefully we'll get the brown here to go cleanse him. Oh, never mind, he just got cleansed on his own. Perfect. Problem is I don't have a free turn here, do we? So let's move that over. Should be fine though, all we have to do is double it and then we're good to go. And there's the infinite. Oh, we didn't get... Oh, yeah, we did. Never mind. That's good. All good. And he's dead. Wow, his first slot's tanky. It's not going to matter, though. We have infinite damage. Might go bring back out the... Oh, never mind. We can't. I was going to say, I'm going to bring out the web spinner team. I forgot, normally with the web spinner team, you actually can't fit hero on it without slowing it down. Does he have spell reduction? No wonder why that thing's taking like no damage. This 20% spell reduction on top of everything else. There we go. Wow, that thing is tanky. Shouldn't normally take that long at all. Firebombs! Oh, it's not a full firebomb team though. No, life and death. Why do you have to put a fake firebomb team here? No. Super fake. Oh yeah, also we got that extra 5 glory thing going on this weekend for International Cat Day. Which already passed obviously, but still. Still have it going for the entire weekend. Only in PvP though, it's not an Explorer. Also keep in mind that gnomes have priority over it. So it's not actually blocking your number of gnomes that you'd be getting. Just trying to find a pet gnome at the moment so we can go get a new pet for the guild. Also, I believe I have notifications on for when we have a pet. I believe I have it set to that as well. We can see underneath our settings menu. Actually, I'm going to skip over to Tina Fight just so we don't have to deal with 50% reduction. Let's see, do I have the alert set to that? I believe I do. Alerts. I should have it set to 2 things. Tribute and pet rescue. So if we do get a pet from someone in the guild, it should let us know. Did we really just die to death, Mark? We died to his random one that he gets to start a battle, I believe. Weird way to die down. Ah, we're frozen on it. Gotta take it though. Stop freezing. This team hates freeze so much. Yeah, I gotta keep getting that gold. Gonna need so much soon for how much we're gonna be spending that 1 week. Probably spending almost 10 million gold in 1 week. When we go do all the factions. Because I'm doing all Sing I to max, and then I'm doing the new faction to max. That's not next week, but the following week. And also prior to that, we're going to be spending some gems on the Vol event too, so... I mean, not the Volt event, on the class event, I mean. I don't think you need email for it. It has an email option for it. But I don't believe you need email for the alert system. I don't think I have one hooked up to it. I just have it hooked up to my Chrome browser. Some browsers it might not work with, though. I don't think it works with Internet Explorer, or whatever that one was. With Microsoft Edge, I mean. And a few others it might not work with. But I know on my Chrome it works perfectly fine. Because you have to attach it to a browser to do it on PC. I believe mobile has it like integrated into itself. But on PC you have to have it attached to a browser. Oh, for Xbox I have no clue how it works on console. I'm not even sure if Switch has a version of it. Because there's no way you can, on Switch that you can get alerts to your games, I don't believe, while you're in another game. So it wouldn't really make much use on Switch to have an alert system. Okay, we'll take that for now. Also, Titan is so much better for PvP with this team, by the way. For Delves, this version of it's like better, as well as if obviously if you're doing Blue Guild War. But for PvP, Titan version of it does seem better overall. Because you still have a storm that you need, the Brown Storm, and you get the elemental bonus for higher damage, which ends up speeding it up along quite nicely. And you also get the half mana start for your Forest Troll, which is probably the biggest thing that ends up helping with it. Hello, Analyst. Welcome. A lot of Weavers all of a sudden. Can we get rolling off of that? Yes. As long as this doesn't miss. Good. And we won. There we go. Still no pet, though. Actually, we haven't gotten a single gnome since we've been doing PvP. That's mainly because the battles go slower. Instead of like one battle every 15 to 20 seconds, it's like one battle every minute. Yep, there's a gnome. Not a pet gnome, though. Oh, we're frozen. Stop using freeze! Hopefully it'll be cleansed by the time I get full mana. Nope, no cleanse. I'm still going for it, though. Hopefully it'll be cleansed next turn. Nope, okay, that's a problem. Slight problem. As long as he doesn't win here. He's still frozen, though. Do I just use this? Gonna have to. And then get it rolling again as long as we don't die. Okay, we should be fine. There we go. That was almost shaky. It still came through. Yeah, the thing denies our green and then it just goes crazy. Another Valky, nice. That's our 6th Valky. Surprisingly, alpha PvP. I was not expecting to get alpha PvP one. I'm mainly just here to try to get a pet gnome. So we can go get some pet food off of it for the guild. And to finish up PvP, obviously, since we haven't done that yet. I'm mainly here for the pet gnome. Oh no, he might get it started before us. He might just have infinited us. He's trying to. Okay, do I have any good drops? We should probably just Skull Distract him. He didn't go for it though. As long as that lives, we should be fine though. We can work with that. Yep, that should be fine. And it was double and then win. And it should be match. Oh, we are diseased right now, though. That definitely makes it a little bit harder to maintain his mana. But even through disease, look at that. Even with half mana accumulation, it's still infinite. That is insane. It's diseased and still infiniting with its mana. Which means it theoretically has a 34 mana cost. This is why I said a higher mana cost would have almost no effect on it. It effectively has a 34 mana cost right now. And it made no difference. It has a 34 mana cost. And Forest Troll with a 24 mana cost. And it didn't make a single difference. Actually, no, never mind. A 50% reduction wouldn't double it, would it? Yeah, it would. Right? Yeah. No, would it increase it by 50% or would it double it? No, never mind. It would just increase it by 50%. Am I going crazy? No, it would double it, right? Let's see. Yeah, it would double it. Because if you need 17 mana, and it was cut by half, that means if you took 17 mana, it would only be 8. Or even 7, because it would be rounded down. I mean, it would be 8 because it would be rounded down, not 9. So yeah, it'd be half. So he's effectively 34 mana cost that battle, and still infinite the loop. What do we take here? Grab that. Take the other green. Yeah, it'd be double. I was right the first time. Which basically means the only way to properly fix it would be to reduce the gem spawn. If they were to try to revamp it. Wow, this board is horrible. Oh no, Submerge. Luckily we are using Dispel, so that shouldn't matter as much. There goes it. There it goes already. It's already gone. Yeah, we'll try for it. Good, we got it. Best match. Oh, we were entangled. Oops, I should have just cast it one more time. Didn't see we were entangled. What's better, Gob Truffle team or King team? Key team? I don't know. Depends what you're trying to do with it. Gob Truffle's way better for 3 trophies, that's for sure. Key team's still better gold, especially if you're running against 1 or 2 trophies. It has better gold rate. I'm mainly just trying to gnome hunt at the moment, while getting PvP rating done. If you're looking to consistently do 3 trophies, this is probably one of the most consistent 3 trophy teams out there, or among one of them. Because it doesn't matter how strong the enemy is, you just win. As long as you're not frozen. And even then you kind of have a counter for it. It's a counter for pretty much everything with this once you get it going. Oh, that's a miss. Should have casted him. I didn't realize he already had mana. Oh, luckily we should be fine. Grab that, and yeah, we won already. Oh, end your turn already. But yeah, Key Team still has best overall gold rate for anything in PvP, I believe. If you're running it on like 2 trophies the entire time. You can't really run 3 trophies on it though, unless you have really weak 3 trophies. Though the new key-like weapon that they'll be adding probably will be able to do 3 trophy rates. The only problem with that is it's going to be really bad against barrier and a few other mechanics, which might make it too slow to be viable for PvP. Though it's definitely going to be brought out for Guild Wars and a few other things, if not necessarily PvP. Oh, so we haven't gotten a single pet gnome yet, which is the main thing we're looking for here. Oh no, he has that thing. Actually, I'm surprised we didn't trigger that more often, given that he had that this entire time. Only triggered it once this entire battle, even though we hit him like 5 times. That shit, you're pretty lucky on our part. And he's dead. Celestial Trickstone. And we need 2 more battles to get PvP done. I guess if we don't get it within 2 battles, we're just gonna... Or until we get 1.9k, we'll just give up on trying to get the pet gnome. Someone in my guild will find it. Oh, there's a pet gnome. It's not a actual pet gnome, though. That's a fake pet gnome. That's a player owning a pet gnome, putting a pet gnome on his team. It's not actually a pet gnome. I should hopefully get us rolling. Yep, and he's dead. Yeah, summons in PvP is really annoying. Just because of how much it slows it down. It's not even necessarily strong, it's just ultra annoying. More so than anything. Deliberately took that for not an extra turn. Because he's using fire bombs. So I'm just forcing him to firebomb. Nope, not unless that happens. Fail. The one time I don't want an extra turn from that, gosh. Fine, I'll kill you with normal damage if you're gonna be like that. There. Okay, one more battle. Let's make it a real 3-trophy battle. That's somewhat real team. Not the best of things to be using though. Now it's even worse with that battle crasher in there. Even though it wasn't too good to begin with. There we go. Okay, we didn't get a pet gnome. Well, let's go and head back to the explore grinding. Someone in the guild will carry one with it for us, hopefully. Either through arena or randomly through PvP. What team's talents that end up setting? Mainly Dispel and Greenstorm are the main 2 most relevant ones set up for that team. I believe I also have Entangle at start of battle, but Entangle at start of battle, Greenstorm at start of battle, and Dispel for every extra turn. Greenstorm's for keeping the team looping. Entangle is just a safety precaution just to make sure it doesn't die as quick in case they skull spam or something. And the Dispel is the main mechanic, and that's used to get rid of Submerge, as well as Barrier and stuff like that. Any positive stats effects. Actually, why is it taking so long to load the other screen? We barely did any battles. Come on now. Then head back to explore. Any moment now. Hello? Game? Function? You know you want to. Really? It's gonna be this slow? Yeah, I clicked it. I can tell from the white screen. Yeah, there we go. You guys can't see it, but it like fades into like a white screen thing. So we definitely clicked it. There we go. Anyways, next thing. Head over to where we were exploring earlier. And stay here for a while so we don't have to deal with a loading screen for a while. At least until Tribute. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the Explorer team all the way at the top. Switch back to this and get into it. Hello, Leonardo! Welcome. But yeah, whenever you win a lot back-to-back, it keeps lagging and lagging more and more. It's mostly a PC issue, though every version of the game has it to some degree. Just PC has it the worst for whatever reason. What colors are Plunder and Peril? I have no clue. What weapon that is? I do not remember. So I don't know what color it is. Xbox doesn't freeze anymore. I know the Switch version did like partial freezes. Like it wouldn't freeze that bad, but it would freeze for like a couple seconds. On PC though, it could freeze for like literal minutes. Like if we were just to explore for like 2 to 3 hours straight and then try going out the menu, it would definitely freeze for like 5 minutes if we don't like completely restart the entire game. Normally the way to slightly avoid it is just to restart the game every like 30 to 60 minutes or so. The key replacement mythic, I'm not sure what you're referring to with that then. Oh, you mean the new weapon that's coming out? It's blue. It's a blue weapon. Which means things like Scurvy Sea Dog to feed it, or what was the other thing I was going to mention? There's something else on my mind. I completely forgot what it was already. Yeah, Scurvy Sea Dog would do it. Oh yeah, Valkyrie was the other thing I was going to mention. Yes, challenges are currently required to get 6 Star Kingdoms. The reason why I don't have challenges done, but I still have some all my kingdoms above 6 stars, is because the stars of the previous system rolled over to the current system that there is about 1.5 years ago. And prior to that, you didn't need the challenges upgraded, or the challenges completed. But yeah, currently you need, to get 6 star on any kingdom, you would need to have all the challenges completed from the kingdom. Doesn't take that long though. They're basically like explore battles. They're really, really quick. Actually, they're even easier than explore battles. They're super quick. And they give a little bit of souls while doing them. You're determined to finish all the challenges this weekend? I might. There's quite a few kingdoms where I haven't done it for them. Just because I haven't needed to. But they're really quick wins. And if there was ever any time to do them, a Vault event would definitely be a time to do them. Because you would get even more loot. Because challenges can drop gnomes. Oh, we'll go for that. But yeah, my main goal for this weekend is level 100 on both these 2 hero classes. And at least level 40 on those other 2 that I have below 40. And then I guess the next goal after that would be to get to 240 hero classes up to 70. What level is this thing at right now? 90. Yeah, Warden's at 92. This one's at 90. Still got a little ways to go on both of them. Three event keys, nice. Still something at least. It's power level 6 that they're required for, the all challenges completion thing. It's the one right after 5, I recall, which is 6. What is your favorite gnome? Glory gnome for sure. It has best overall loot. It is absurdly good how good its loot is. Glory gnome is best gnome and Joel gnome is worst gnome. Yeah, Glory Gnome is insanely good. Its worst drop is worth like 9 gems. If you compare it to the value of a gem key. Because 200 glory is 10 glory keys. 10 glory keys is a little bit better than 1 gem key. 1 gem key costs 9 gems, or 10 gems, depending on how you look at it. So 200 glory is worth like 9 to 10 gems, if not more. And the 1000 glory drop that it has is worth like 45 gems. Which is the highest value gem value drop of any gnome that isn't a Vault key. Yeah, its worst drop is decent, and its best drop is the best drop of any gnome that's not a Vault key. So its best unique drop of any gnome, I should say. Well, the problem with Joel Gnome is how many they give. Like, Soul Gnome at least gives a really decent amount of souls. Joel Gnome just gives an absurdly low amount of jewels. It gives less jewels than a pet gnome. It is that bad. It also has a lower diamond rate than a normal gnome. Despite the fact that it's supposed to be a Joel Gnome. So it doesn't really make much sense. But yeah, an average pet would give you like 50 of a certain color. A Joel Gnome only gives you 20 of a certain color. And while it does have a 20 diamond drop, it is excessively rare. It's so rare that the 2 and 5 diamond drops you get off a normal gnome normally makes up more diamonds than you get from the Joel Gnome. Doesn't really make much sense. It's because they made it so rare. Wait, why did it notify me that I have PvP defend rewards? I don't think I have the notification turned on for that. That means someone fought me in PvP. Which is kind of irrelevant, taking those. I'm pretty sure I do not have the settings set to that. If I do, I need to go disable that. That is 100% pointless to know. Kingdom income. I completely disabled every PvP alert. Why is it showing me a PvP alert? You broke an alert system! I don't have it checked. I quite literally have nothing. I don't have it checked. Why did it give me a notification for it? That is so weird. That is such a buggy system. Haven't used it for ages. But at least it'll tell us when our tribute's ready. It'll also tell us when our pet is ready. Though we'll probably be able to tell almost immediately. Because after every battle, it refreshes the check. It's only pretty useful if you're not actually battling at a given moment. I think if you're actually doing other stuff. That didn't kill. Hopefully the best drop of the ingot gnome will be epics. Actually, I hope its best drop isn't that. Because if they scale it based on the rarity, that means we're going to get more epics. Because if they make legendary and mythic the rarest, which I hope they do, and it would make the most logical sense if they do, then that means ultra rares and epics would be more common. Also, I hope it drops more than just one epic trait stone. Hope it drops like dozens of common ones. Several rares, like a few ultra rares, and at least a few epics whenever it drops a drop. Because if it only drops one of each ingot when it ends up doing a drop, that's going to be so bad. But yeah, there we got 20 emeralds. A green pet would have given like 50 plus emeralds. Alpha pet gnome. You could even get over 100 depending on if you get lucky / unlucky. And it stays unlucky because technically getting a bunch of jewels is actually bad. Normally the pet food is better. And definitely getting more copies of the pet is the best. As far as pet drops are concerned, getting jewels is the worst. Then it goes 1 white pet food, 1 color pet food, 2 white pet food, then the pet itself is generally the order of usefulness of the drops that you get. But jewels placed as the lowest value drop. At least in that context. Yeah, every new gnome is a nerf to Glory Gnome. Though they did make Glory Gnome way too overpowered. I'm actually really surprised they didn't nerf it. It is way more valued than any other gnome. It's the average value of a drop off a Glory Gnome is around 25 gems? Yeah, it's like in the 20s. Its average drop is in the 20s worth of gems. Which is by far the highest value of any gnome. It's basically a guarantee free 20 gems, basically, of value. Every time you see a Glory Gnome. The next best one would probably be the normal gnome. However, his average is probably only around 10 gems. Probably even lower. He has a lot of drops that don't have any gem value, which lowers it down a lot. Though he does have a few that have several dozen gem value. Like the 4 gem keys, which is 36 gems. And the 3 event keys, which is 42 gems. He also has physical gems. Like, quite literal. Gnome's rate should be at least like 5 times higher than it currently is. It is way underwhelming. Oh, we're almost catching up with Sunspear. Should be at the end of 91, or almost at 91, I should say. And Warden we have at 92. Let's see, what's the amount of time to get it from 92 to 100? I believe that's 4.5 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, what is that? 93 plus 94 plus 95 plus 96 plus 97... 98, 99, 100, divide that by 180. Yeah, that's a little over 4 hours. And I have to do that 2 more times. So that means I have about 9 hours then. Because of course this still needs to get another level. There's 91. But yeah, we're under 9 hours to get both of them to 100. So we're getting there. It's around 9 hours. Obviously, we're not doing all that today. Not even close. Probably for this session right now, probably go for about another hour or so. You want to grab a bite to eat and all that. Let's see, move that over. Yeah, so far our Volkey count has been pretty good. We're at 5 for 6 right now. Which definitely is not bad for how much time we put in. That's currently over 2 per hour then. At our current rate. Which is way above average. I'd be happy with 1 per hour. Anything above that is insanely good. Even 1 per hour is decent. The drop rate's around 1 every 90 minutes or so. If you're winning 3 wins or quicker per minute. Heh, you knew you forgot something. Lunch, yeah. See ya, analyst. Have a good lunch. Yeah, I haven't grabbed anything to eat yet. I was going to, but then the AC guy ended up showing up. And then I just ended up starting streaming right away. So I was like, okay, yeah, forgot to eat. But I'll still be grinding some off stream. And then we'll be back later tonight to go do what we normally do. And by normally do, I mean we're basically just going to be doing this. And giving out another code. Because as I mentioned, we still got a lot of grinding to do. Gotta do it at least another 9 hours. And more so, it's probably going to be more towards 12 hours. Because I also want to ideally get those other 2 hero classes level 40 this weekend. But if we break that up, it'll be pretty easy. Put another 2 hours in today and then the 5 hours the other 2 days. And then boom, it'll be done. And that should cover everything, the main objectives that we wanted to get. Which is level 40 on War Priest and Oracle. And level 100 on Warden and Sunspear. I forget if Warden has anything good on his final perk. I know Sunspear does. If Warden doesn't, maybe I'll go just do the other hero classes a bit more. Because I might just let Warden naturally get leveled by doing Goblin Team. Oh no, we could use Forest Guardian with this and go a little bit quicker. If we do it the Warden route. So maybe we'll still do it that way, I'm not sure. We'll see. It's just if we're going to be using that Goblin Team anyways, we might as well be getting free Warden XP on it. Because once we get it maxed, then we won't be getting any XP anymore. How many hero classes can you get to 1 to 40 in the time it takes from 40 to 7? I have no clue. I believe the answer is 2 to 3. I forget how much EXP 1 to 40 is. I forget what that one formula is. I believe you use that exclamation point little marker thing. I forget how you do the math on that though. But there's some kind of function where you can actually figure what that is. Like every single number multiplied up from that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all added up together. I forget what the formula is for that. There's like a certain marker thing. Pretty sure it's exclamation point. But there's some kind of function for it. A lot harder to do in your head, obviously. That's a lot of numbers to add. Because every single level takes 1 more EXP than the level it requires. So to get level 5, you need 6 EXP. To get level 10, you need 11 EXP, so on and so forth. Each next level requires that much more EXP. So right now we're currently at 91. And once we get to level 92, to get from 92 to 93, it'll require 93 EXP. and 70 is halfway to 100. It requires 5,050 XP to go all the way from 1 to, or from 0 to 100. And 70 is the halfway point because it's exactly 2,525. It's one of the reasons you see me stopping around 70 on quite a few of the other hero classes that we don't have finished. Because that's halfway to 100. And also because the 70 perk, of course. Get all the perks except the last one, which is normally useless. It's also why getting it stuff to level 100 feels so tedious too. It's double of the, just for one single perk. And that last perk is just so useless anyways on most things. So you're almost grinding for no sake. Of course, we are technically grinding for the Kingdom Stars into the future, but that's still a while away. That reminds me, did we ever level up Darkstone's hero class? What is Darkstone hero class? Plague Lord. Yeah, we have. That's already level 100. We don't need to worry about that. Because that's getting close to needing higher levels. Because even for 17, I think that requires like level 40 hero class. I believe 18 requires 70, 19, 80, and 20, 100, I believe it is, or something like that. So it's really weird that one of them just randomly requires 80. Just like such a random number to have for it, because nothing's actually at 80. But I do recall that being a requirement. Actually, let me see. You just actually go look at the page itself. Why is this thing not loading? That's weird. There we go. Where's the thingy thing? This is the right one, right? Yes. Let me see. What's the actual requirement for it? It is level 80. I knew that was right. Yeah, 17 requires 60. 18 requires 70. 19 requires 80. And 20 requires 100. So yeah, if you don't currently have it, which I'm pretty sure most people do who would have level 2 level 20 pets from that kingdom. But if you haven't already, get Plague Lord level 60. Because it is required for 17-star Darkstone. And it is possible to 17-star Darkstone starting 3 Mondays from now. The week of the 26th, I believe it is. Whatever 3 Mondays from now is. But, yeah, next Darkstone event in 2.5 weeks from now, we'll be able to become 17 stars, which does require a level 60 hero class for it, of Plague Lord. Most people probably have Plague Lord to 70 or 100, though. Anyone who has that kingdom that far probably already has it done. But just as a reminder, just in case. Do I have a video of all teams you're using? Like meta teams? I've covered them in normally separate videos for the most part. As far as like every most meta team, I don't think I have one video of like everything that's meta at the moment. You should be trading all your cards. You do it based on kingdom upgrades. More so than anything. As you're progressing through the game. Because the kingdom upgrades are normally better than having extremely viable teams. You still want to get a few really viable teams, but you basically do that based on what you have. Whereas the rest of your upgrades go based on trying to get kingdom stars. Because you need that, 5-star all kingdoms is extremely important to get if you don't already have it. Because you need that for all the bonus stats. No, he's still not going to be dead. That double Mythic getting in the way. Plus one of them's the reduction Mythic. Yeah, I pretty much show the meta in almost every stream I do. Because obviously I use some of the more effective stuff normally. Some of the stuff I just use for fun, but normally if I'm just grinding during streams, it's trying to use the more effective things. Just because it's more time efficient. Yeah, now about 9 more hours until we get both of these two done. And between today and tomorrow, that should be able to get done, and then we focus on the other hero classes. But then again, I might still just be skipping Warden in its entirety, I'm not sure. If we do, then we have about 4.5 more hours to finish out this class then. To finish out Sunspear. Oh yeah, if you're that low of a level, you should just be focusing on getting 5 stars then. For your kingdoms. Well, first make sure you get every kingdom and get them to level 10 if you haven't already done that. But starting by getting them all to level 3 then to level 10. But your next priority after that should be getting 5-star kingdoms one at a time. Because that will drastically increase your stats. The epic ingots are really hard to obtain currently. Though epic troops are extremely expensive trading-wise relative to what you get out of them. They cost 12 arcanes each, whereas legends cost 16. But epics don't have any unique traits on them. It's a little bit weird that they're that expensive. I guess the main reason for that is kind of like raids and evasions. However, they had that cost like a year and a half before raids or evasions were ever a thing. Actually, more so almost 2 years, actually. But, so yeah, it's a little bit weird that epics have always had that high of a cost. Because until raids or and evasions, there was really no justification to why they were so expensive. Okay, get a gnome. Hopefully have a vault key off it. Been a little while since we got a vault key. So we got quite a few vault keys already, though. Shouldn't really be complaining. But more is always nice. There's a 5 diamond drop. Just clipped my nail. Always keep picking my nails. I haven't used nail clippers in about, let's see, how long has it been? It has been, I want to say 8 years? It's been a long time. I don't bite my nails or anything, though. But I always just, like, clip them with my nails. I use my nails to clip my nails. Is there a troop with 50% to all mystics? No. There's not. I believe there's a troop that give all mystics enchant, but I don't believe there's anything that gives them half mana start. Almost guaranteed there isn't. But I think there is one random troop that gives them like enchant or something. But it's useless, so it's not worth using. Oh no, it was Damon's enchant and mystics got something else. Maybe I actually can't remember if it was. It was that one Medea, Lady Medea or whatever her name was. That one red purple from Karkaroth. Hey, there's the Volkey. We broke our dry streak. Now let's see like 10 more Volkeys. Oh no, not another guard. Why is it only him? We're not seeing like any Tinas. It's just guard, guard, and guard. Ooh. Shiny troop though. Glory troop. Why couldn't you have replaced guard though? Oh well. Wow, did he really just live with 1 HP? Glory gnome with only 200 glory. Still better than nothing though. It's like 9 gems or so. I'll take it. Or 9 gem value, I should say. It's not actually 9 gems. If we were to open those keys, we'd probably get like 2 gems, if that. As far as its value relative to a gem key, it's basically 9 gems. 9 to 10. Voice of Orpheus, that's somewhat tanky, but it doesn't have spell reduction or anything, so it should be fine. Spell reduction didn't exist at the time, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were to ever change it to have spell reduction. Like, get rid of its first trait for 25% spell reduction, or even 50% spell reduction. That thing with 50% spell reduction would actually make it viable. Impervious plus 50% spell reduction would be a really interesting combo. Now, they tried staying away from combinations like that. Like, if Pervious plus 50% spell reduction, they tried to stay away from. So they might try staying away from the spell reduction variant of it. But then again, they have troops that have like 50% spell reduction with spell reduction, so who knows. But that's not the same as Impervious, though. Plus there's Guard, of course, with that other combo. But still no Impervious. Which is one of the biggest things that makes them weaker. Yeah, Guard's coming up a lot. Like at a really, really high amount. There he is again. Speaking of him. Conspiracy. He was added just for the purpose of making Explore harder. Though they could easily do the same just by using Tina or something. Or, you know, adding Tina more often. Okay, let's go grab that. And he's dead. I'm not sure why I feel the need to clip my nails all of a sudden. Volkey, what? Wow, our luck. We're at like 7 Volkeys in 2.5 hours. We're at an absurdly high Volkey rate right now. Very nice, very lucky. Except for like our extremely bad Mythic luck, gosh. It was like our worst Mythic ever, the most recent Mythic. Maybe not our absolute worst, but it's pretty high up there. As far as bad Mythics. Not the Mythic itself, but the Mythic was also pretty bad. But I mean like how many resources it took to get it. It was absurdly bad. Yeah, the quicker you can win, the more gnomes you get. And Explore can win in about 3 to 4 per minute. Each battle is taking around 15 to 20 seconds, counting the full cycle of the battle. It's almost half loading screens, half battle. Because between all the in-between clicking and the loading screen. Luckily the loading screen doesn't take too long for this game. But still not instantaneous. Yep, another gnome. Come on, Volkey. We haven't had enough, just give us more. Nope, 5 diamonds. Why are we getting so many 5 diamond drops? I did not need diamonds. For someone who wanted diamonds, we've gotten like an average of like 25 to 30 diamonds per hour at this rate. And how many diamond drops we've been getting. I do not need diamonds though. It's actually way above average right now for our diamond rate. Almost everything's way above average. Though we haven't gotten like 1,000 glory a single time, I don't think, off a glory gnome. Which is a little bad. But we've still been getting plenty of glory gnomes. We just haven't been getting the thousands off of them. So those 1,000 drops are really juicy. They could theoretically be better than a Volkey. because that's a guarantee about 45 gem value. It's basically the equivalent of about 50 gem keys. I mean, not 50 gem keys. They're basically the equivalent of about 5 gem keys, I mean. I wish they were the equivalent of 50 gem keys. That'd be insane. It's the equivalent of about 5 gem keys or so. Which is pretty good guarantee loot compared to the randomness of vault keys. Seriously, stop preparing. And you have 20% too, to make things even worse. No wonder why it's even harder. I was like, wait, why wouldn't he normally die a little bit easier than this? No wonder why he's not. He has 20% bonus this week, because he's both a human and a knight. Well, that's ultra annoying. Even more so this week. By 20%. He's 20% more annoying. And by 20% more annoying, I mean 100% more annoying. Even though it's only 20% stronger. The guard's avatar isn't even nearly as annoying. Even though he also has 20% and is somewhat tanky. That's just because he doesn't have spell reduction. So the speed of the battle is going to be about the same as a normal battle. Yeah, he's 20 times more annoying, I know, right? He's infinitely more annoying. Should've just taken that green. He actually still managed to get a green extra turn after that from the cascade. It was set up as one and then it cascaded also into one. Go figure. So I think that was invisible sight because how the red was. Should've just taken it, but it's fine. No, seriously. Stop it. Petition to remove him from the game. Man, that was firebomb. Kill it. That should be enough damage. I think the skulls ended up carrying the last little bit of damage it needed. Oh, so we should almost be at level 92 on this. Have we not gained a level yet? We should be any moment now. I feel like we're right on top of it. Do challenges have a less chance for gnomes? Nope, they have the exact same chance. And they can technically be won quicker than explore. The reason why explore is done more often though, rather than challenges, is explore has better trait stone drop rate. And explore has extra gold per battle. If you were to do challenges, you get about like 400 to 500 less gold per battle. Whereas explore has just a free amount of, small amount of gold that you get. But that small gold ends up adding up, given that you win in like 15 seconds. Because every single one of these battles, we're getting about 500 gold. Whereas you'd only get about double digits. Like you'd only get like 20 gold or so per challenge if you were to do it in there, because there's no extra gold bonus on it. Whatever gold you get from that bonus is plus your bonuses on top of that's all you get. Whereas this, we get like an extra free 500 on top of each battle. Seriously, Glory Gnome, drop 1,000. I know you have it. Keep giving us 200 and 500. At least give us a Volkey if you're not going to give us 1,000. Glory Gnome has been extremely ineffective for us, surprisingly. Even though our luck has been really good in most other locations for these gnomes, we've been getting really bad luck with Glory Gnomes this time around. Though even just seeing them is beneficial, though. Because even then their worst drops are better than some of the other drops. Even a I shouldn't really complain. Even a 200 glory drop is better than like half these other drop tables. Like that, 100 souls, for example. Pitiful. I would take the 200 soul drop off for any day compared to that. No second code after 1 billion vault keys. How about this? Let's see. Let's see if chat can correctly guess how many Volkies I currently have, based on how many we've gone through. Let's see if chat can guess the right one, and we'll hand out a code. How about that? We started with 29. Well, technically 30, because I had one before stream. Another one. Are you gonna drop a Volky? Yep. Okay, let's just get another code. We've had 1.5 billion Volkies. What is this luck with Volkies? Gosh. I hope they actually have good loot in them. Hello, welcome. Yeah, gosh, let's just hand out a code. I do want to see how many we have, though. Hello, Hero Star. Welcome. I think my guess is that we're currently at 37. Which means we've gotten 8 so far, if that is the case. That's so many keys. We've only been grinding for less than 3 hours. We're almost at 3 Volkies per hour at our current rate. Which is way above average. If we'll ever load. Let me start getting the next code ready, I guess. Should be this one. Let me make sure it works. It does indeed. Let me go put it in the little thing over here. Copy the whole thing. And I might as well give it to you guys now, while we're waiting on loading screen. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com. Read the game code section. Your invite code is found in your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just go to gemsofwar.com, read the game code section, or simply click that link. And give same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. And I hope you guys are having good luck with the Volky hunt. And if this will ever load, we'll go check how many Volkies we have. And see who was correct. My guess is 37. See if anyone else in chat was correct. I think almost everyone said a different number, actually. I don't think anyone said the same number. But we'll find out. I'm getting your Volkies. Possibly. You know what? I'm just going to restart the game. We haven't restarted this entire stream. Let me go restart. Stream's been going for almost 3 hours, and we haven't restarted the game once while grinding this quickly. We'll just force the entire game to close. Start the game back up, and hopefully it won't be as laggy for at least a half an hour to an hour. Hey, tribute's ready too. Hey, the notification didn't say that we had a tribute though. Oh well. This is why I just manually check it. That is the code. Let's see. Who was correct on the guess? 38! I guess I didn't factor in the most recent one we got. So who got that correct? JZG. Though I'm not sure if that was before or after we got the key drop. But yeah, JZG got it correct. But I think he said it before we got the key drop. I'm not sure. But yeah, when I did my guess, I guess I didn't factor in the most recent key. But yeah, JGG got it correct technically. 38. Only person that said 38. There we go. Anyways, let's keep going. Still got to grind there. It's definitely still our lowest trait zone. It was like 30 to 40 lower than our next lowest. And you only get like 10 arcanes per hour, so even if we spend like another hour or two here, it might still be our lowest. Yep, no problem for the code, everyone. You deserve a 25 gem code. Aha. No, I can't do that, unfortunately. I would if I could. Celestial Churchstone, nice. Yeah, you said it before I got the 38th. So you were technically wrong. Let's see. I'll take that one over. Should probably firebomb first. I knew for sure that wouldn't kill. That was a kill with that, I guess. He's had some kind of follow-up for it. If a pet gnome is active, can you get another pet gnome from a gnome? No. It'll just give you 2 pet food, white pet food instead. If you get a pet gnome while you already have a pet active, all it'll do is give you 2 white pet food. One thing that you can do though is if you coordinate with your guild or you know how much time is left on your current pet, you can hold the pet gnome until the current pet expires. So for example, if you know that your pet is about to expire in 10 minutes, you could just not play for about 10 minutes, hold the pet gnome there, and then kill the pet gnome and win the battle once those 10 minutes have expired. It's winning the battle specifically that the pet gnome is at that decides when it happens. So if you killed the pet gnome already but the battle's still going, that's fine. It's just when the pet gnome battle ends is when it triggers it. And if you currently don't have a pet gnome, if you coordinate with your guild, like if you currently have a pet gnome when you started the battle, but you end the battle with not having a pet gnome active, or a pet active, it'll then activate a pet. Because it goes based on when you finish the battle, not when you started the battle. Yeah, the Switch version is quite a bit of fun. Always nice having the mobility of it. That's for sure. Haven't been playing it as much recently on Switch, though. They did get a pretty major update the other week, though. Like a week or 2 ago. It's almost called up to date as far as its actual patch version. The Switch version is slightly far behind, but it's not too big a deal. Because most people on Switch probably don't even notice. Since the game's only a couple months old on Switch. Though it's been out for almost 5 years now. The 5-year anniversary of this game is in November, actually. So in 3 months, this game will be 5 years old. Even though it just released on Switch like a few months ago. Yep, gained a level on that. Nice. Finally at 92. So we finally have Sunspear and this hero class. I mean, Sunspear and Warden level to about the same. Got them both to 92. Still need to go to 100 on both, though. I was like, can you guys hear the clicking noise of the controller? The A button is particularly clicky, which is why normally lately I've been setting it to Y button, but whenever I restart the game, it ends up putting it back to the other one. A button's a lot easier to hit, but for whatever reason, it's actually a bit noisier on this controller. So how noisy is it on the other controller? They're both actually relatively noisy. Yes, you can. Let's see, what's the least annoying A button that I have available? I wonder if a Joy-Con would work. Let's see. You know what? I've never actually tried hooking it up to PC. Isn't that possible? Hold up, I want to test something real quick. Is that possible? I've never actually tried doing that. Maybe we'll go try doing that on stream real quick. It's probably a bad idea, though. But I believe the right Joy-Con would still work. Be a weird way of doing it, but it would be the least noisy way of doing it. It'd also be pretty convenient because you can hold it in one hand. Let me double check. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Bluetooth? Would it be underneath that? How on earth do you hook up a, I actually don't know. How do you, I might need to Google that real quick. How do you hook up a, I'm almost guaranteed it can be used on PC. You can't use both of them that easily, but if you were to only use one, I believe you can. Let me Google it real quick. I'm actually curious. How to use Joy-Con on PC. It's actually the first thing that comes up. Preferably text-based answer. Can you connect your Joy-Cons to your PC? Stop saying Pro Controller. I just want the Joy-Con thing. Let's see. No, I just want the one. I know there's a way. Okay. That would work. Let's see. Let's see. I think we can do that real quick then. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Wait, where's the sidebar thing? It's not what I'm looking for. There it is, yeah. Bluetooth. Did I just switch it off? Good job. And to put it on. Let's see. Yeah, it's picking up on the keyboard thing. That's not what I want though. Let's see. Oi, 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 oi. Where's the sync button for it? Not sure if it'll pick up. It's trying to. It's definitely trying to. Let's see, where's the other thing on PC for that? I forget where it's underneath the program thing. I feel like trying to figure this out real quick. This is completely trivial, but might as well. Then I can hold controller in one hand and the thing in the other. Okay, I'm on the page for it. I don't believe it's showing up though. Let's see, add Bluetooth for other devices. Bluetooth. Okay, click the thingy again. Wait, why did it turn off now? There you go. Sync. Pick up on it, computer. You know you want to. Clicking the button for it. I'm not sure why it's not syncing though. Joy-Con input. It found it. Ah, really? Does this A button work now? That's hilarious. Okay, if this works, that's hilarious. Hold up. It's trying to do something. The inputs might not be doing the correct ones though. Let me see. It's trying to do some kind of input. Let's see. It's not doing the correct inputs though. No. Might need to go look into the settings for the thing. Like, it's definitely trying to do some kind of input. Like you can see by the fact it's going to the middle of the screen. Problem is it's not doing the right one. At all. Yeah, I'll need to go check its settings later. It's not wanting to do it correctly, that's for sure. Oh well. It's an experiment for later. That's for sure. Anyways. Let me actually disconnect it. Just to make sure it doesn't keep setting up to it later. Maybe we'll figure it out later. Remove device. Yes. Anyways, in other news. Okay. Anyways, where were we? Oh no, did the stream just die? Oh no, it came back. Stream, stop trying to die on us. Can I suggest a good all-around team for PvP? Anything with Gorgolfa, followed by damage sources. Is generally good for literally everything. It's not the absolute quickest option, but it tends to be pretty good. It goes in order of Gorgolfa, damage source, mana accumulator, damage source. What specifically you put there depends on what mythics you have. And higher level damage sources. But it's pretty much a go-to team for pretty much anything. We're often not use Mountain Crusher instead of Gorgolfa these days, however Gorgolfa is really good against skill spam. There's still some instances where it's better. Yeah, Scouting Key team's pretty good all around, though it suffers against really hard teams. But against things that have lower stats than you, it ends up working out pretty well. Also, depending on your level range, it also works out really well. Because the later into the game you get, the less effective it is. Because the higher durability, it's because its damage, its max damage is based on your gold, which never increases over time. So how much you can get out of it in early game is the same amount of damage you get for it later in the game. And it would be less effective later on. A lot of boost ratios have that problem, where they're more effective earlier on in the game, but not as effective later on in the games. The only instances that's the inverse are things that are based on stats, because stats are higher later in the game. It's one of the reasons why Sunbird's actually so good this late in the game. Though Sunbird's also good in the early game as well. It's one of those things that scales in the late game just because of how its stats go, or that's based on a stat, which constantly get increased through various bonuses. Which is worse, AC/DC or HBO? Not sure. Just got your second Volkey? Nice. We are somehow at 9 Volkeys right now. I have no clue how. We're at basically 3 Volkeys per hour, which is absurdly high. Yeah, glory. I don't think we've gotten a single 1000 glory drop yet. We somehow have 9 Volkeys. It's a weird mix of drops. Glory Gnome drop rate has been probably one of our worst I've ever seen. Yeah, at 3 Volkeys per hour, I can't really complain. Let's see. I'll take that. Unless our Volkeys are going to be really bad drops, but we won't really know until later on what on Earth's going to be in them. Highly doubt it's that bad though. With 9 Volkeys, you're bound to have at least one that's decent. At least like 100 gem drop, 250 gem drop, 20 gem key drop, a good orb of some kind, something. I'm not even sure what a Volkey averages to as far as gem value. In the past, I would have kind of said around 80 gems. But it's kind of hard to tell. Because you can easily get Volkeys that are worth under, like, 30 gems. Though you can also get Volkeys that are worth over 600 gems. So it's such a wide range, it's always really hard to pin down what their value is. But I believe a Volkey is worth around 80 gems, from what I can tell still. It overall averages to about that, even though there's quite literally Volkeys that can be worth less than 5 gems. But there's also Volkeys that are worth like over 1,000, so really just depends. And those over 1,000 ones would be like Major Blue. Major Purple 675. 600 or 250 gems is worth pretty decent drops that can also be added on top of the Cedric drop. I think the best overall drop you can get is 3 gnomes dropping 4 gem keys, with the Cedric dropping a Major Blue. I'm not sure if anyone has a screenshot of that. I don't think anyone has ever gotten that lucky, but I believe that would be the best overall loot. The next overall best would be... Oh no, I guess you could get Volkeys. Actually, has anyone ever gotten more than 1 Volkey from a single Volkey usage? I don't think anyone has ever done that before. I'm not sure if it's even capped. But I guess that would theoretically be the best drop then. That would be near impossible. A Major Blue Orb or a Major Purple Orb or 250 gems followed by 3 Volkeys. All in the same Volkey. Yeah, I never even realized that. I don't think anyone has a screenshot of getting more than 1 Volkey in a Volkey. Not sure if it's even possible, and if it is, it's excessively rare. Like a decimal of a decimal of a decimal % chance. Have I ever played Shell Shock or Rust? No, I've never played either of those two. Shell Shock sounds familiar, though. Isn't Shell Shock like Worms and Gunbound? Where you're basically in a little tank thing, and you shoot at other tank things with projectiles and little curvatures with wind and other mechanics like that. I believe it's the same genre as Worms and Gunbound. Pretty sure it is. It sounds really familiar. I've never played it though. I played the genre quite a bit though when I was younger. Actually, Worms Armageddon is still probably one of my favorite games of all time. Came out in 1999. It's also objectively the best Worms game they ever made. From a strategy standpoint. Like, as far as its actual mechanics, maybe not visually, but from a mechanical standpoint, it's probably the most solid Worms game that ever came out. Worms Armageddon in 1999. Let's see, we'll take out that one. And let's kill it out. Yeah, Shell Shock's more like Gunbound, if I recall correctly. More so than it is like Worms. I forgot when Gunbound was released. I was pretty young then. I think it was like really early 2000s. Up, Glory Gnome. Please drop 1,000 glory. I don't think we've gotten a single 1,000 glory. Watch it drop a Volkey instead. How much you want to make a bet? Volkey or not 1,000 glory? So, okay, well, I was right. I have a pretty good chance because that's every single drop other than 1,000 glory. But seriously, we have not gotten a single 1,000 glory from it. Despite our excessively lucky Volkey drop so far. Unless I missed it, but I'm almost guaranteed we have not gotten a single 1,000 glory drop. So luckily every drop it has is worth a lot. Even its worst drop is better than like 90% of the other gnome drops. Yep, speaking of gnomes, come on, Volky, give us our 10th. You know you want to. At least give us 4 gem keys if not. Yep, there we go. 4 gem keys, I'll take it. 36 gem of value. Definitely need to replenish our gem keys after what happened last Mythic. That was horrific last Mythic. That needs to not happen again anytime soon. Or ever. Though it always happens occasionally, eventually. Where one Mythic just takes an absurd amount of resources. Oh no, the tank. He's so good at not dying. Well, that one didn't take too long that time though, at least. Alright, we got another Sunbird down. Ooh, hopefully this hits his last slot and hits a skull. Perfect, exactly what we needed. Very nice. But yeah, if anyone has any other questions, let me know. Because I probably will start wrapping up a little bit just to grab a bite to eat since I haven't gotten anything yet. Then do a bit of grinding off stream and then we'll be back later tonight. And then get back on the grind tomorrow as far as our longer stream. Because we're definitely not ending tomorrow's stream without a level 100. Or another level 100, I should say. To join all of our other ones. And obviously it'll be on Sunspear, the first one that we're doing. And I guess we'll start working on Warden then after that. Might as well just do it with these, what's it called? With the Forest Guardian team. I don't think I'm going to level it all the way to 100 and just start focusing on something else though. Just to let it naturally get up through the Truffle team. Because we're going to be using the Truffle team quite a bit into the next several weeks. At least until next Friday, if nothing else. So who knows, never mind, maybe we all will actually finish the Warden hero class. Because I might not be using Truffles too much more after we get the new key. Because it's going to be really good for 3 trophies. As long as they don't have a summon and they don't have barrier. And even if they have barrier, you could just spell it with a different hero class. The new hero class I don't believe comes with the spell, but you could just use one that has it. Or just use the key weapon with it, obviously. You don't have to use it with the hero class itself. Though it will be pretty good with the hero class because the hero class is plus 3 blue. Which is obviously a really high amount of extra blue. Which ends up working out really nicely for it. Yeah, next hero class looks really interesting. Everything about it is actually has quite a few quirks to it that could be useful. I'll probably go until we get one more level on the hero class for now. And then call it a stream for now. And hopefully we'll get our 10th Vault Key by then. Ha ha ha. No, I highly doubt it. We've gotten way too lucky so far. Way, way too lucky. We're at 3 Vault Keys per hour right now. Why does it keep giving me notifications for PvP rewards? I don't even have that active. Fix your alert program. Seriously. This is why I don't use it. I don't even have the alert on for PvP. Yet it's telling me the PvP thing. And it also forgot to tell me when the tribute was. It told me for one of them. It didn't tell me the most recent one, though. Okay, we can go check our settings right now and see that the PvP thing is not set on right now. It is disabled. We only have Kingdom Income, which is what Tribute is. PvP alerts are completely disabled. Let's see, do I have the thing? Maybe if I do that. How about that? Maybe I have it on, but have it disabled? Because it was technically checked, but it was underneath the thing. But then again, if we do that, then all of them are checked as well. Maybe if I have them on, but I disable all of them, that'll work. How about that? There you go. I have all of them on, but now I've disabled all the ones that are irrelevant. Now it probably won't do it incorrectly. Uh, 22 more hero levels on hero, and you're done with all the classes. Very nice. That is a good achievement to have, that is for sure. Must feel nice to finally have the hero classes done. I can't wait till to finally have them all done. It'll be a nice feeling. That we can finally start actually using hero classes for their proper purpose rather than just leveling them for the sake of leveling them. That's the only real big issue with what they did with the new hero class system. Is it basically forces you to have to use them for a very long time, even if they're not useful for your team, just to level them up. In the past, you didn't even need the hero on your team in order to get it leveled. Just having it set would do it. But now the actual physical hero has to be on the team. Which can slow down quite a few teams. Especially if the hero class is useless. Yep, no problem for the code. Pretty sure probably much be used up by now, I'm pretty sure. No problem. We did hand out 2, but they're probably both used up by now. But if they're not, definitely make sure to do it. Let me see, do I still have it on copy paste? Yes, I do. There you guys go. There it is. It might already be used up, but just in case it isn't. If anyone else still has any other questions, let me know. Because at this point, I'm probably just going until we get another level onto the thing and then grabbing a bite to eat. See how much more do we have for that. I think we're halfway to the next level, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Class, check, Sunspear. Yeah, pretty much. We just need another, what is that? 34 more battles. Which is like, what, 12 minutes? Hopefully we'll get a Volkey in that time. Based on our current rate, we'd be getting one like every 20 minutes, so hey, we could get another Volkey in that time. Ta! You never know. Could get lucky enough. Not if we keep getting him, though. That's not enough damage to kill. It's so depressing. There we go. Have I ever rated class weapons on a rank? I don't think I ever did. Though the most relevant ones are Thief Hero class for Skeleton Key, Urska Hero class for Urskea's Shield, a new hero class that's about to come for the extremely overpowered other version of Key, Plague Lord for Essence of Evil. And I believe that is most of them. I think I'm forgetting like 1 or 2. But those are a good majority of the better ones. Stop giving us him! It's like every single time, it feels like. Gotta hit him so many times, too. Yeah, that should be enough damage. Another arcane, nice. Surprised we haven't been getting any pets. Better than the one. Guess no one in my guild's doing arena or PvP. There must all be an explore instead. I did some PvP, but we didn't get any pet gnome during the time. It's just so much slower. You only get like 1 win per minute or so. Whereas this is at least 3 times faster, if not quicker. Oh, how's you not full mana? There we go. Come on, one more Volky. You know you want to. We're going a bit gnome dry all of a sudden. I guess we ate all the Volkies already. And all the gnomes. There he is. Prove me wrong. We got the gnome, now also give us the Volky. Come on, 10. 10 in one stream. You know you want to. 10 in one stream. Yeah! 10! We did it! What is this luck? Gosh, that is 1 every 20 minutes on average. That is 10 keys. That should be 10 keys. I think we've only hit 10 keys in one stream once before. One other time. That is absurdly lucky. This might actually been the quickest amount of time we've ever gotten 10 keys. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, I got in 10 to stream. Well, technically 9, but the one before the stream happened like right before. Like minutes. I know, that is absurdly lucky. It's 1 every 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 10. We started with 19 keys. I mean, 29 keys. So whatever we have that's more than 29 is how many we've gotten in 3 hours and 15 minutes, pretty much. Let me see. This should be 39. Yep, 10 keys. That is absurdly lucky. That's an average of 1 key every 20 minutes. That is insanely good. $11? I'm not even sure if we've ever broken more than 10 in one stream. Ah, I was hoping for a Volky so badly there. No, we're not gonna get that lucky. Yeah, I know. This is actually on rate for the 5 times weekend, because I believe that was the day, or the time that we ended up getting 10 in one stream, was when it was 5 times higher. So yeah, I believe this is the first time that we've ever hit in 10 plus in one stream on normal drop rate. Because I believe that one other time was on the higher drop rate for that 1 week, where they made it on 5 times multiplier instead of 3 times multiplier, like they normally do, which is like how it is now. Very right. So this might have been the first time on normal drop rate that we've ever gotten 10 or more in a stream. Yeah, that's absurdly lucky. The average is like 1 every 90 minutes. And we're at 1 per 20 minutes at this point. That's like 5 times above the average, almost. Yeah, we got like 10 or 11 on one of the Gnome streams when it was at 5 times multiplier. This is the first time we've done it on 3 times multiplier, though. How long would the stream go on? I'm pretty much just going till we get a hero level at this point. And then we're probably wrapping up for now. We will be continuing later tonight, though, in about 5 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just want to grab a bite to eat and just chill some off stream. I'll still be grinding some. And then we'll continue tomorrow with the extremely long grind time. And go from there. Who knows? Maybe we can hit 20 Vault Keys this weekend. We're halfway there. No, I highly doubt we're going to get that much. As long as we get about a dozen or so. Which we're pretty much almost already at. Because, of course, we can get super unlucky. We could go like 5 hours and only get 1. Or even 0. Can't expect this rate to keep going forever. Though we have joked in the past, it does seem like the drop rate is better on Fridays, doesn't it? Compared to Saturdays or Sundays. I'm not sure if that's actually a thing. I'm pretty sure it's not, and it's just coincidental. But, it does always seem like Fridays have the better drop rates. As far as how many keys we get. Because many Fridays and Saturdays I grind for the exact same amount of time. Sunday I normally grind a lot less. But Friday and Saturdays I normally grind about the same time. Ooh, 50,000 gold. That's actually his best gold drop. Actually, I haven't gotten 50,000 off him for a while. It's a really rare drop. He has a lot of gold drops. He has 2,500, 4,000, 6,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and 50,000. 50,000 obviously being the best. It's a still relatively bad drop, but hey, 50,000 is definitely better than getting like only 10,000 or something. And we do need the gold, that's for sure. Though 50,000 as far as gem value is concerned, 50,000 is only worth like 5 gems or so. I forget how much every... I think it's every 15,000 gold is worth 1 gem, I think. I forget how much it actually is conversion-wise. Actually, it wasn't every 30,000 gold is 1 gem. I should forget. All I know is 50,000 is like 2 gems. So yeah, I think it is 25,000 gold per gem. The gold has a really bad gem return rate. Mainly because it's such a common resource that you can easily accumulate. But yeah, I believe it's 25,000 gold is worth 1 gem. Because that's what it averages to if you were to do it in gold keys or if you were to do it in guild tasks. Also, using your gold into gold keys and guild tasks basically have the exact same value as far as gem value is concerned. So you might as well just always put it into your guild. So all of your guild members get it rather than just you. But yeah, I believe it's every 25,000 gold is 1 gem. So it's basically 2 gems, which is really low. That means a 200 glory drop off a glory gnome is technically 5 times better than that. Even though the 50,000 gold drop is so rare. 50,000 gold is a few levels on my next delve. You think that's a few levels? That's more like 1 treasure. It starts getting really expensive putting a treasure into there. Like, it is way more than that. Like, once you reach the 150 range, just putting 1 treasure into the thing's almost 50,000. It gets absurdly expensive. Well, I guess you are right. That does come out to about 1 level, though. Because 1 treasure could be a level. So even if 1 treasure does cost 50,000 gold, it would still be a level, theoretically. Oh yeah, it's never worth spending gems on gold. The conversion rate is horrifically bad. You should never spend gems on gold, and you should never spend gems on souls. Their pricing is extremely dated. And that was actually updated, though it hasn't been updated for like 2 to 3 years. I don't believe. It used to be even worse, the conversion rate for it. Up, level 93. There we go. Any last questions anyone still had? Otherwise, we'll be back in about 5 hours to continue the grind. Hope you all have the best of luck with it. Hope I can... Hopefully, now that I'm not hogging all the vault keys, you guys will start getting something. Because, gosh, we have way too lucky. 1 vault key per 20 minutes. 10 vault keys in a little over 3 hours. That is absurdly good. Average for it's like 1 every 90 minutes. And we're at 1 every 20 minutes right now. But hey, at least we got a lucky... At least it makes up for how bad the most recent Mythic was, I guess. It doesn't fully make up for it, but it slightly does, I guess. It's one of the reasons why we're grinding this out. Gotta make up for that gigantic loss, the most recent Mythic. That, and we're gonna need to stock up for the All-Seeing Eye faction, because I need the pet. the new faction, because it's a new faction, and the next hero class, because it's actually going to be pretty good to get to level 70. So I probably will spend some gems on it. I don't know, maybe we'll grind it manually. But that means we have to grind it out for like 14 hours in 3 days, which isn't too bad, but still, it comes out to quite a bit of time. 5 hours a day. Plus I need to then record the video. But we'll see. I might spend some gems into it though, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, I'll catch all of you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Leave a like on the stream if you enjoyed, and we'll be back soon to grind out more. I'll see all of you later, and best of luck with your own grind on the Gnome event. Goodbye, everyone!